Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Non-Standard Actions run of Threefold Conspiracy. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday, whatever holiday you celebrate at the end of winter, because, you know, we need holidays at the end of winter, or the beginning of winter, rather. Technically, middle of winter, if you ask me. But we are back and ready to jump back in with our intrepid... On the 21st, solstice is technically the start.
Okay, so it is the start of winter. All right, we're good.
Yeah, technically. It feels like the middle, though. It's dark. The sun is coming back.
Yeah.
Thank whichever supernatural beings you choose to acknowledge.
Or just, the rotation of planets, celestial bodies.
Or science!
Science.
Whichever.
Yeah.
Whatever's clever. It's all good with me. When we last left our intrepid investigators, they were poking into a conspiracy. Another one. Imagine that, in a campaign called Threefold Conspiracy.
Yeah.
For the reptoids to infiltrate the Pact Council. They have a few leads, but the Director General of the Stewards has not yet cleared them to interrogate anyone directly or even get any search warrants because sensitive stuff, man. Pact Council. This is a big heckin' deal.
Yeah.
So they've been poking into this. They found a few promising leads. They've poked into the Stewards' records and talked to Confluence, but they also found Conspire, this great conspiracy website, where they found a doctored video of the assassination of Director Balam Dori. So they're poking into that. It looks like something fishy is going on there. They were contacted by a mysterious hacker calling themselves Terminal, who offered to help in return for sweet credits. They haven't contacted Terminal back yet, which is very disappointing to me as GM. But they will at some point. Iris scoped out KSN Interstellar, the company that appears to have a bounty out on their heads these days. Someone always has a bounty on these guys' heads. These folks' heads. These intrepid investigators' heads. But we're going to start with an icebreaker question. This morning's icebreaker question comes from Frat Drunk Ninja because he wants us to remember that androids eat. What is your go-to snack? Iris, Leif, what is Iris's go-to snack?
Well, I will remind you that this android doesn't eat.
That's because of an Aeon Stone.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so
everybody's got a go-to snack.
The only snack Iris needs is justice.
Does that come in a pouch?
Perfect.
It comes in a little space ready sippy pouch thing. It's like it's like made of mylar, it's got one of those like little space straws, and it's kind of built into their spacesuit.
Yeah.
Justice juice.
Justice brand justice juice.
What does justice juice taste like?
It tastes like No. It tastes like the fear of your enemies and grape.
Okay.
Thanks, Trippy.
Liz, what about Adelaide? What's Adelaide's go-to snack?
Adelaide's go-to snack are chalukis, which are sort of Spritz. Well, to my Western eye, they look like Spritz cookies, but they're made of lentils and spices, and they're deep fried. So they're they're in sort of little curly things, but they're sort of a fried, spicy snack food that you can get like in pouches and stuff.
Nice.
Because much as there are very few things that she recalls fondly from her childhood, but she still really likes spicy food. Spice makes a difference.
Stuff. It does. Simon.
A handful of peanuts.
This is also Simon's go-to snack.
I don't know why anyone would eat anything other than a handful of peanuts as a go-to snack. They're delicious. They're easy. I think everyone's favorite.
I need you to go get it a character and come back.
Listen, no. Listen. Everybody puts a little bit of themselves into their character, right? Everybody
Yeah.
wants
That's
to
true.
play a bit of themselves in their character. So maybe this is the crossover between Lasco and Simon.
Yeah, the only crossover, the handful of peanuts. Is
Only
the favorite
one.
snack.
Yep.
That's it. It
That's
goes
it.
no further, we promise.
Mm-hmm.
They also dry roasted peanuts with no salt.
Why would you want salt? They have plenty of
You
flavor. on their
monster.
own. No, look, it just
Yeah.
makes.
They have to have salt.
They don't have to have salt.
Simon is a robot. He hasn't killed enough of his taste buds. Or they won't die because they're robot taste buds. Must be it.
Oh, that would do it.
It could be worse.
We goof and poke at you, but we appreciate you, Simon.
Good. And I appreciate peanuts.
Dry
Just
roasted
peanuts? Okay.
By the
Tom,
handful.
what about Ogden? What's Ogden's go-to snack?
So Ogden really likes, it's almost a guilty pleasure of his, because it's this viral snack that was produced in the Vescarium called Skitterbits. And they're basically cheese crackers. They're like Cheez-Its, but space Cheez-Its. And
Skittermander shaped.
yes,
Yeah, I mean, are they like
Skittermander-shaped.
goldfish, maybe?
I like Cheez-Its better than goldfish, so I want them to be Cheez-Its.
Jingle for Skittermander.
Blasphemy!
Yeah, that's
We
wrong.
need to get
That's
into this.
wrong. Goldfish are
no.
better.
Reduced fat Cheez-Its. Mwah.
What?
They're just
I gotta
no.
play with Tom
They're
here.
just dry enough. They're not greasy. You can eat a whole bunch of them. And they're delicious and salty.
It's been
and
10
crunchy.
years since I can eat either of these things. But
Yeah.
Cheez-Its were better 10 years ago, unless something has changed massively.
Thank you, Nick. Nick is the GM. The conversation's over.
This icebreaker question has revealed one thing. It's that this party does not know how to snack. Oh my god.
Listen, I didn't say that my favorite thing was Cheez-Its, although they are one of my favorites. It's a holdover. Listen, it's a holdover from like being 3 years old with my, at my grandma's house. I have a big bowl of reduced fat Cheez-Its. She would always buy the reduced fat Cheez-Its.
Well, shame on you for having memories from your childhood. Shame on you.
Yeah.
How dare he?
But yeah, so there's Skitterbits. They come in a bunch of different, cheesy flavors and whatnot. There's space white cheddar blasted cheese Skitterbits and all sorts of stuff like that.
Are they shaped like Skitterbits? Like Skitters?
Like Skittermanders.
Okay.
Like 6 arms, and they're it's not a great depiction of it, but it's
Yeah,
just
I mean,
and then Vesca
resolution
kids
would be
are
hard.
like, now he has 5 arms, and they bite off an arm, and now he has 4 arms, and how you do with gummy bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Or,
cheese flavored. I love these
flavored.
things, and I want them in my life. Hopefully, they are gluten free.
No, I just
My
want
go-to
them to
snack
be.
is popcorn. If anyone wants to know about the GM.
Mm.
Now I'm trying to figure out why I love goldfish and hate Cheez-Its, because they seem similar,
Right.
but yeah,
The flavor is different.
and the texture is different.
Cheez-Its are sharper than goldfish,
Cheez-Its are
Goldfish
sharper
are
than
blander,
goldfish. Goldfish are a
which
little
goes
greasier.
which goes with the.
Yeah, but I don't usually
I don't
like
like
bland. No, I don't.
You like bland peanuts.
No, I just don't like salted peanuts. Salt isn't like a spice.
The flavor
Salt
enhancer.
is absolutely a spice.
No, I would like prefer pepper with my peanuts than salt.
Careful where you're going with this, friend.
Yeah, so it's not a matter of blandness. It's a matter of amplification versus adding heat.
He doesn't want more peanut flavor in his peanuts, is what he's saying. So actually, he doesn't like the peanut flavor as much as he thinks he does, because salt just enhances the flavors that are already there. But this is a culinary conversation that has gone way off the rails, friends.
Yeah, you've said that
It's good
before
stuff.
about salt, and I don't think it's true.
I'm not going to fight you on this. This is too early in the morning, and we have Starfinder to play.
That's for the best.
All right.
Thanks, Drunk Fat Ninja, for that great question.
Yeah, that's spiraled. You have, in fact, created discourse.
Look at what you have wrought.
I think Drunk Fat Ninja thrives on chaos. I think this is the case. All right. Are you guys ready to play some Starfinder this morning?
Yes.
I am.
Yeah.
I just wish I remembered the contents of any of these 100 handouts.
It's
Oh,
fine.
I thought I gave a pretty good overview.
You
Yeah.
did. You gave as good of one. I just feel like I had it all in my head. It was all cached to memory, and in the 2 weeks since then, I've lost it all.
Why didn't you
Yeah.
archive it?
Yeah.
I mean, it is archived in Roll20, but it takes time to recache it, right? So I mean, obviously, my failure was in not taking that time to recache it.
I wasn't going to say it.
He is a robot, but he isn't networked. So, these requests take a lot of time.
Yeah, we can't network him. That's dangerous. That's how you get Cylons.
Yeah. No, we don't want Cylons, so we can't let Simon have direct access to the network. He has to do it through his visual processors.
Visual processors are bad for quickly processing text.
True. It's true.
Yep.
You got to learn to speed read, Simon. Practice.
Meh.
Meh.
It's exactly how I feel about it.
Oh, man. Once you get good at it, it's great.
Yeah, I can read fast. It's just there's a lot of volume and clicking, and
there is a lot of clicking. Indeed. All right. So, Tom, I believe you mentioned that you had an idea of where y'all would like to dive back into this investigation.
Oh, I was just going to give a recap on each of the nominees, because, as you say, we were investigating a whole bunch of people last week. And as Simon has lamented, you can't remember how every piece fits together. And I can't promise that I'll fit every piece together, but I can give us an overview on what each of these lovely politicians is up to.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let's
top down.
Let's jump in on y'all grabbing breakfast morning of whatever day this is, and maybe discussing what you found so far and your plans for the day in character.
But Lasko would remember these things in character.
Well, no, it's fine. It's fine. This is Ogden. This is a test. This is a device that Ogden uses to reinforce knowledge in his head.
All right,
good morning, Ghost. All right, so let's go over what we know about each of these nominees before we continue today. So we have, and Ogden, shovels some skitter bits into his mouth. We have Aram, who is, of course, the director of the directorate, director of the directorate. And then they're pretty popular. They're just trying to hold their seat this election. Gevalarsk Nor, of course, has ties to has been linked to the Corpse Fleet multiple times to varying levels of success.
Hold on, Ogden. Are we haven't really talked about all the things that we know about for Aram, right?
Oh, I suppose.
So Aram, I believe we strongly suspect to be a reptoid because, right?
That's true. Yes, that's right. Out of character. Aram is Lasko's body double.
Mm-hmm. And he is supported by Gamut Bio and by Laurang.
Right,
so,
yes.
Yes.
Almost certainly.
Most likely, yes. A reptoid. Gevalarsk Nor. No, probably not a reptoid.
Known from Dead Sons episode 1, 2, 3.
Yes, of Dead Sons fame. Just really 1 and 3 mostly. But yes, Gevalarsk Nor. There was that weird note in the doctor's or the what is it?
Yeah, the doctor note that he is not of gray stock.
He's not of gray stock, despite claims on Conspire forums. Yes, that's like going around swearing, no, I'm not a reptoid. Nope, certainly not. It's only going to make people more suspicious.
Isn't it difficult for reptoids to imitate the undead? Just saying.
We have found that they've been the reptoids have been making great strides in imitating species that they couldn't previously imitate. Again, if legends are to be believed, Rumors of
A Yusoki is a prime example of this, since
Previously, they could not do small
or
creatures.
small or large.
Yes,
Yeah.
well. However, the Knot of Greystock really only the comment Knot of Greystock cast more suspicion upon his doctor than anyone else, if I recall correctly.
If I recall, we just don't suspect him because there's no evidence that favors him. He's not doing anything weird aside from being connected to the corpse fleet, which seems to have no connection to all of this.
Indeed.
Anyone remember Hasil Howe?
How was... Yes.
It's from Akaton.
Yes, from Akaton, and left the Pact Council for personal reasons. Now, there is the fact that there are a couple of things that make him perhaps a bit suspicious. One, we have lost time when he stepped down. Two, has been selling swarm corpses to biotech companies. But three, helped to spread a rumor about who was it? Who was it? I believe Zaya, the other Akatonian.
It was something about the assassination, yes?
Yes.
Where's the handout about that?
Oh gosh. Director
Tangled
Balam
Webs,
Dori?
believe.
No.
Conspire?
No, it's not under Conspire, I don't think.
Anything on the review board?
Yes. So...
Oh, yeah. So when we examined the review board's records closely, we noticed some unusual discrepancies in both Hasil Howe and Lossafarin's records. Their records were altered on the same day and indicate that both nominees show the first signs of the same immunodeficiency. The last clerk to access these records was named Nadhu Last.
Yes, we wanted to talk with them.
Yeah, have we dug into that name at all?
No, not yet.
Yes, we need to speak with this Nadhu Last.
Okay.
Is it Last? Is that really their name? Just checking.
So look at the handout called Directorate Nominees, nested under Pact Council Medical Review Board.
I see it here.
And look at the third paragraph. The last clerk to access these records is called Nadhu Last. Laste.
Yes.
Do we want to chase... So someone should make a note of that, although we probably want to finish this list before we get distracted by this lead.
Yeah. What I'm doing is I'm keeping up the tabs as we're going that still have more info to fill in on the tabs. So I've got the review board open. We're going to ask around for Nadhu Last. Of course, I can't edit that one, but that's okay. So we need to ask around for Nadhu Last. Okay.
I could have sworn we had a stronger piece of evidence against Hasil Howe, but...
Yeah, he was spreading rumors about the assassination. It's just I can't find it amongst our handouts here.
Rumors about the assassination.
Was it the assassination or was it something else? It was outreach.
Yes. The Confluence told you that.
Yes.
It was indeed about outreach.
Outreach, which is, of course, a conglomeration of Barathu, a Barathu collective. Not quite as big as Confluence, but...
and a former director. Yeah. I remember this guy.
Yes.
These guys.
These folks.
Them.
but neither work directly with Aram. So yeah,
Think
Hasil
of them as a
Howe,
swarm of bees.
and then Thylas Starhammer also spread this rumor, but we chalked that up to Thylas Starhammer being sort of a quasi televangelist rumor chaser that gave it time on his channel because it would give him views. So we don't think that Thylas Starhammer of the Barathan moon, the Brethedan moon, sorry, I know it, Asoro. We don't think that he is a reptoid.
No, simply stupid.
Sorry, so you said that this handout talks about Hasil Howe? I don't see anything about that. I see this is about the legates, Tev and Errol.
What, outreach?
Yeah.
Outreach
what Confluence told you
nested
about
under
outreach?
Confluence and their agents.
Okay, but I don't see anything about Hasil Howe in here.
Second to last, third to last full line. Hasil Howe helped spread the rumor, and Thylas Starhammer gave it substantial airtime on his channel.
Why am I not seeing this?
Outreach nested under Confluence and their agents.
Yes. It should be appearing on your screen now.
Oh, there's two handouts named Outreach. I see.
There are a few.
That's why I said
depending on which
nested
source.
under Confluence and their agents.
Yep.
Dear listeners, I have nestled under the different sources they have, different contacts and databases, handouts for different things they can look into. So they have a few handouts called Outreach.
Yeah. And then, of course, there is Clendalik, who's a Sheeran, representative of Verces, the current director of... they are a current director on the directorate, proponent of cybernetic research. We don't think that they're a reptoid. They seem to largely be out of the public eye due to, some say, botched cybernetic augmentations or too many.
Did they weigh in on... Go ahead.
Yes, they did weigh in on the outreach uproar. They supported outreach. Rather than continuing to spread the rumor, which was perhaps begun by Aram.
Okay. So pretty much, not suspicious. So Aram is suspicious. Hasil Howe is pretty suspicious. Klindika is probably not. Gavlask Nora is probably not. Lasafarin, he was mysterious, right?
Yeah, we know them to be well, his past is unknown because he was an elf during the gap. So his life spans the gap, and a lot of that is lost because nobody remembers things from the gap. So does make a convenient excuse for not knowing about one's past. However, I think this existed before. This has been around for quite a while. This not knowing his past.
Yes. We also discussed Legate Tavern Errol, Aram's bodyguard.
Yeah, we're pretty sure that he's a reptoid.
Yes, almost certainly.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so Lazafarin's just not sure. Similarly,
yes, put them up the ladder, but not in rank of suspicion. But
yeah,
not for any good reason, we could say.
Milgan Navarus Ketchelandar of House Hadalon of the Adari.
She's a Kasathan. Kasatha.
Oh yeah, so she was a little suspicious because she doesn't go to real doctors.
But we think that that's just fundamentalist beliefs held by her and many of the Kasatha in natural medicine and remedies, and personal medical doctors and whatnot. She is seen by her own personal doctor. So that was allowed begrudgingly by the review board, as I understand it. Then we have so not really very suspicious of her, although of course we saw that one Kasathan reptoid who had 4 arms to blend in back on the Hell Moon. Nope, back on the place we went to after the Hell Moon, the secret base.
Now,
The not so secret base.
You
Milgan
cross
acts
the Hell Moon to get to the other base.
Yes.
Milgan acts as a power broker and blocked legislation that would have hurt, I believe, Aram's business.
Really?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Aram. It was
Some other guy.
Alish Flurasic. A
this is under
prominent
the-
power broker in the station who is very close to becoming a head of a crime syndicate that Milgan helped block legislation that would hurt his family's business.
Right.
So Milgan has been. Go ahead.
Oh, suspicious, but not reptoid.
Yeah, not reptoid suspicious. So maybe corrupt, but
Yes,
just
I was going to
regular
say.
corrupt.
Yes.
Everyday, normal corruption.
Uh,
So pedestrian.
All right, Silas, unless there's more to say about Milgan.
No, not really.
Silas Starhammer.
Yeah,
host
he's the
of
guy with the
Lorecast stream.
the conspiracy podcast, right?
Yes.
Lorecast, yes.
Not really much to say on him. He's helped, like we said before, he helped spread the rumors on Outreach, but that was probably we decided for the views that he would receive more than any connection to how Hasil Howe or Aram. And then
Yeah. So he seems again like a conspiracy theorist, but not like he seems to suspect like the Eoxians
yes,
more
very
than anything else.
again rather unfortunate traditional views. Traditional views, I should say, along with ties to the Knights of Galarian, which could inform some of his spite towards the undead.
Suspicions, prejudices, yes.
Yes, prejudices, that's the word.
Now, and we also have Uvali, the drow. We found very little information on her other than she's, quote, fairly innocent for a drow. Take that as you will. I'm afraid
Didn't see
both
any
are.
notes about her in the steward's database or from Confluence.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so didn't get much on her. After
And then
Uvali,
Vora and Zia we can sort of handle together. They were both involved in the assassination of the previous director from Triaxis, right?
Correct.
they were both present for it, yes. Director Balam Dori.
Balan, okay. And that's the assassination video in which we believe that Balan was shot by a reptoid. And then with some laser beam, did we ever figure out what that was? Was that a disintegrator?
Yes, that was
gun?
a disintegrate ray. I believe it was the spell.
Yes, it was. I'm looking at it in the note here.
Since I had to do the check.
Do we know what the agent was disguised as at the time, or is that at all germane?
The dead assassin transforms into a Vesk, not a reptoid.
Okay.
And
then how was Vora and Zia involved? Like one of them killed the assassin and one of them like wept over Balan's body or something?
Zia was there. Zia rushes to the director's side as he collapses and begins to turn to ash. Look of terrible grief on Zia's face. Camera swings wildly to show the assassin. Oh, the assassin was disguised as an unarmed male winterborn Rhyphorian, whose shouts remain unheard over the panic of the surrounding crowd. Zia appears and beats the ever-loving Fleam out of the assassin, who turns into a Vesk on the camera, or on the video that we found, but then we dug into it and realized that it had been edited, indicating that it was edited in. I think Vora, Rin, Let's see. Vorarin is said to have possibly been involved in a love triangle between the director, Zia, and Vora. But this is also information that we got from Conspire, so take it with a grain of salt. I think Vora was just accusing Zia of being more involved in the assassination than initially thought, or something like that. Let's see. Vorarin. She's been saying someone should look at her fellow council member Zia Cho's involvement in Director Dory's assassination. And then what does Zia say, if anything, about Vora? Zia does not say anything about Vora. So,
I have two lines of inquiry that we might consider. We have not, in fact, looked up anything about the power broker Flores in the stewards database, just to double check our work and make sure that they are actually who we think they are. And also checking Lorecast archives for things that Starhammer might be more inclined to be slightly less biased about, perhaps. Our elf friends. Just thinking out loud. Also, I'd love to find more information on the doctor.
Which doctor?
Yeah.
That insists that Gevalori is not of Grey stock.
Oh.
The one that...
Yes, no, I know which one you're talking about. It just feels like not a great lead.
The doctor?
The doctor doesn't even have a name, right?
Geargix? The one with his own handout?
Gear 6.
Gear 6?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, they do have a name. I'm wrong. You're right.
Gear 6 has their own handout. They are host Sharon.
Okay. So yes, looks like we should look into Dr. Gearsix, the review board at large as a whole. Additionally, I think now is the time to reach out to Terminal, yes. See what they know. It could very well be a trap or a ruse, but the only way to know for sure in these situations is to spring the trap, I have found. So...
Do we tell them what we're trying to do? They seem, from their activity on Conspire, they seem interested in conspiracy theories and being willing to believe them.
They could be an unlikely ally, yes, if we reveal more of what we are doing and our ultimate goals on the station. We might win them to our side.
All right. I'll draft a message to relay basically everything that we suspect. I feel like, in general, the more that this knowledge gets out, the better.
Perhaps do it in a subtle way. Don't give everything away at first, because they will likely want to talk over more secure channels.
All right. I'll compose a message to Terminal saying something like, I'm afraid that we don't have that volume of credits at our disposal, but from your activity elsewhere on the infosphere, we suspect that our causes may align. Many of your suspicions are true, and some are not. Would you like to? Is there some way that we can meet so we can discuss which ones? I'll send that.
Sure. You'll get a message back that says, "Lol, not going into meat phase. You can't make me." And lol, not going into meat phase. You can't make me. But I am interested in your information. But I am interested. Curious face. What do you know? Eyebrow wiggle. Emoji. GIF.
A lot of emoji. All right. Yeah, I guess I'll broadcast that to the large screen that we're all sitting in while we're doing our research. I propose just...
The GIF is now on the large screen wiggling its eyebrows at everyone.
I propose we give them everything. What do we have to hide?
Nothing.
Oh, the fact that we were made by the Grace?
Aside from our identity.
Yeah, no, we're not
give them every...
We don't know anything about them. They don't have to know anything about us personally. We're going to give them information on what we're hunting down.
Yeah. So so we'll basically give them everything we have on the investigation, especially our suspicion that our extreme confidence that Aram and his bodyguard are reptoids, and probably Hesselhow. But that, and maybe is it worth pointing out so that we don't seem like normal conspiracy theorists, maybe just like point out the people that we don't think are reptoids?
Yes.
Gavilarsk and Klintika and Milligan and Silas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine.
And we can ask whether they can find any evidence that we can use to get higher access.
Yeah, tell them we have the ear of of somebody that could help.
Yeah.
Well,
Hashtag intrigued. This sounds like an awesome investigation. Excited emoji. I would love to help with that. If you tell me everything you find, I'll see what I can do.
Send hand emoji. Send hand emoji. Hold up. We'd like to have. We've shown you ours. Now you show us yours.
Here is everything I have on the directorate nominees. So I found some stuff in the course of my normal online surveillance. Let me put this here
under terminal
and show it to you guys. So they have some thoughts on Ballandori's assassination, which I'll also share with you. Since they're going to mention it in this message, they're intrigued. They think the waters have been intentionally muddied to defame Ziet's show. But aside from that, looking into the directorate nominees, they found several pieces of Clendalik's cybernetics were pulled from the market due to serious side effects. Terminal admits that this seems suspicious since the Shirin has continually received clean bills of health from the Pact Council Medical Review Board.
Oh, Clendalia hasn't
Adelaide
been in public for a long time, right?
Right. Well,
yes,
is rarely seen in public. And I don't think it ever said a long time.
It's Clendalik, by the way.
Got it.
Once again, we're rounding back around to this Dr. Giersick, who gave Clendalik a clean bill of health.
Yeah.
Suspicious. And so Adelaide's going to type up magnifying glass.
I think all these emoji are immature, Laska said.
You've got to speak their language. Magnifying glass.
A very offended GIF shows up on your comm unit, Lasco.
I didn't say it. I didn't write it to them.
You didn't. It shows up anyway.
Oh, Iris is going to start doing a sweep for bugs.
Magnifying glass. What do you know about Dr. Giersick? Let's see. non-binary, doctor emoji, and death. Skulls and crossbones emoji.
Shrug gif.
And that's it? Not at all curious?
Nope.
I would mention, I mentioned the whole Nadu Lass, who works for Dr. Gear 6, edited the, whatchamacallit, the record about, who did they edit that record for?
I don't think the doctor edited anything. I think it was the steward's base at Roselight edited some records.
Yeah.
There was that, but also the clerk, Nadu Laste.
Yeah.
Not a last day.
Nadu Laste works for Dr. Gear 6. Edited.
Access the records, not edited.
Yes, last accessed the records. So.
Yeah, have we dug into them at all? Does Terminal have anything about that name?
No.
Let's while we're on this thread, let's check our other sources on that name. See if the Lorecast ever mentions it. Probably not. See if Conspire mentions it. See if Confluence knows anything about them, and see if they have a record in the steward directory.
Yeah, checking around. Nobody seems to have any pertinent information about the doctor or Nadu. You can ask around with a diplomacy check. If you like.
Yes. Yeah, we
Not
can
any of the
actually
records.
call the office.
Iris would be happy
Calling
to.
the office and asking around are two different actions.
Well, you guys go ahead and call the office. Iris will step back out for 10 minutes and gather the information.
Sure.
Yeah, Adelaide will call the office.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
All right. Iris got
Adelaide
26
loans-
asking around.
I did only roll a 9, so let me know if I need to spend another 10 minutes.
And finds
Adelaide
nobody
loans
knows anything
them.
about this kid.
Okay.
When you call the clinic,
Mm-hmm. You want to roll?
yes, I do. What's your
That's
story
actually
with that 31 bluff?
It's actually a 33. The story is, well, one, who answers the phone?
It's a clinic. A receptionist answers the phone. Spectrum Clinic.
Okay.
How can I help you?
Hi, I'm new in town and I have heard a few good things about Dr. Gear 6, but I'd like to, and I'm looking for my own personal physician, but I'd like to know a little bit more about them. Would you mind telling me about speciality, place of where he received his doctorate, etc., and so forth?
Oh, sure. Yeah, he received his doctorates at a very prestigious university, and he did very, very well. We'd be happy to have you as a patient. But Dr. Gearstakes is soon leaving on an extended vacation, so I'm afraid I can't make any appointments right now. I can't recommend you to some other doctors.
Well, that's very curious. Who would you recommend?
Sure, I'll recommend, Steve over on Stevenson
Gotcha.
Street.
Okay, Dr. Steve, thank you.
Steven, this is the most suspicious one so far. Let's investigate it.
Yeah, let's spend the
Hey,
minute.
it has to have a very subtle way of NPCs saying this is a red herring. Don't go that way.
Gotcha. Well, it's so Adelaide hangs up and reports that the doctor is going to be leaving on an extended vacation soon, which is tough as hell, but I think it would be a good idea to hack his records.
Iris will,
Someone who's
Iris will also continue trying to gather information if that is a worthwhile endeavor.
Sure.
I did worse this time.
Iris has not returned yet. There's not nothing on this kid.
I'm just going to click the button again. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking
yeah.
30 minutes later, you find, asking around, at Nadhu is in a considerable amount of debt.
Ooh.
Well, that tells us all we need to know, I think.
Yep. Not enough to
Someone
let-
took out
but
way
I'm-
too many student loans.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Sounds like a useful ally then. Potentially.
If we can protect them instead.
Yes.
From student debt? How are you
Yeah,
going to
like,
protect them from
from-
student debt?
I mean, credits solve a lot of
whoever-
problems.
Are you kidding me? Iris
Wait.
is great at making people, appear dead. Appear dead.
Appear.
Yeah, so then what's our next avenue? What should we do next? Do we want to hack the clinic's records, or
We can try
Here,
hacking
let me
it.
show you Nadu's handout here.
Aw.
he's a
Having a rough
nerd?
He's having a rough day. It's about to get rougher.
That
Nice.
heart.
Four eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go. We'll try hacking the clinic,
Give me a
We'll see how
computer's
that
check.
goes. And maybe I'll ask Terminal
I will
for
aid.
help, since he or she or they are probably better at it than Lasco.
I aid automatically. And you know what? Why not? I'll give you a biohack for a +2 enhancement bonus.
Ooh.
So that's
That is enough.
30 with
You
the,
quickly discover they aren't connected to the infosphere.
What?
I mean, they're air gapped.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that
Oh,
makes
sorry. I
sense.
thought. See, I was expecting someone to say. I thought you meant Nadu was not on the inner infosphere. I'm like, are they like a brand new clone?
Well, while we have the
Drunk Fat Ninja adds
Time.
just like Simon.
I'm not cut off from the internet.
that's how he lives his life.
I think we
Well,
should
do we wanna-
investigate at the clinic.
While we're here, do we want to look into Nadulat?
Yes, sure. Look up just to get a little bit more leverage.
We might run into him there. So
In which sort?
going in with more information might help. To convince him to share with us
No,
whom...
what source? I thought we've already looked up about them.
No, we just looked up the terminal itself. Or sorry, the clinic itself.
Yeah, I thought you were hacking the clinic's
Okay.
records.
Mhm.
This is stalking him on
Research-
Facebook.
Okay, we stalked him on Facebook.
Computer's check. Stalk all of his
Aid.
social medias. That'll do it. You find the largest of his debts, several 100,000 credits worth of student loans, was forgiven for unknown reasons a year ago, right after he took his job as a clerk with the Medical Review Board. Since then, he's actually racked up other debts.
Other debt.
It's not good with money, this kid.
Oh dear.
Turns out he's got a giant Beanie Baby collection.
Yeah.
Powerful people who are bad
Yeah.
with money. That's a recipe for disaster.
Just, yeah, all kinds of wrong.
All right. So then, well, that's good
We compose
information to
debt
have, I
collectors.
suppose. No, I think we tell him that we know about things. We don't need to tell him exactly what we're going to do about it, but that could be enough leverage to get him to talk.
Yes.
Leif, I have to tell you, I don't think your headset mute button is not muting, because I saw you just touch it, but it's not.
No, I was making sure it wasn't muted.
Oh, I see. But yes, we could try and get information out of him by revealing that we know about this. I'm sure Miss Forthwith could come up with a sufficient lie, and I can help with that.
Indeed. I'm very curious what Mr. Last intends to do after his employer goes on extended leave.
Not who works for the review board,
For the review board.
not for the doctor.
And
The
Dr.
doctor also
Gearsix-
works for the review board.
Okay. He's they are the preferred doctor for the review
Right.
board.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then
Thank
we
you,
may
that-
not run into Nadu at this clinic, but nonetheless, perhaps we should swing by the clinic to see if we can get into their records.
No, I think that if Nadu can edit the records, there's no need to go to the clinic ourselves.
But we'd
I
like to
think-
know more about the clinic. And
Yes.
see if we can find out about the doctor.
Yes, but I think that the weakest point is Nadu. So that is... Where does he spend his time? I say, looking over at Iris. And can you get me a coffee while you're out? Since I would assume that the best way to look this up is to have Iris go stomp the streets.
Oh, you can. You've stalked him online. You can get a hold of him.
Okay.
But in character, but coffee does sound good. Usual. All right, I'll be right back.
Yes. All right, we'll compose a message to him. Lasco dislikes being straight up dishonest, but maybe something like...
But Adelaide loves it. She writes the message.
No, but... I don't think we need to lie to him to get him on our side. He is in a vulnerable position, and he probably knows by now that he is in over his head.
Very well.
We can inform him correctly that we are working with the stewards to uncover something, and that we can speak on his behalf in exchange for information about who paid off his debt in exchange for altering the records.
All right, message sent.
Yeah.
Adelaide is used to...
Wait, what did you guys say? What did you settle on?
We offered him protection from is he just, actually, I guess we just tell him the truth. He's gonna run, right?
So how about we say, we know you're in over your head again. We'd like to talk to you.
We shouldn't tell him anything, because he'll just run. We should
Let's talk to you about something about ways we can help.
No, something even less suspicious than that. Like, not even like once we have him in person, you can't just book it. We need to get him for an in-person meeting, and we need something very benign and completely unrelated to everything to get coffee.
So a lie, an absolute lie. Very well. I'll roll bluff.
Fine.
Is it roll?
So are we just going to track... Should we just track him down? Isn't that easier than sending him a text message from a random number saying, "Hey, we should meet up sometime"?
Sure. Can we track him down? Do we know his favorite coffee shop from his Facebook account?
Yes.
Sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes. And
all right, we go there.
Yes, we go there.
Find him.
He's sitting in a
easy
corner.
enough to find. He is, sipping a coffee and checking his comm unit in a corner.
Adelaide slides into the booth in front of him.
The rest of us do as well, sort of like boxing him in.
Looks up from his comm unit. Can I help you?
No, but perhaps we can help each other. I'm to understand that you work for the Medical Review Board, Mr. Lass.
Yeah. Who are
And that you're also in a crippling amount of debt. again.
Says who?
Well,
Reliable sources.
and we pull up the edit that he made to those files. And this very strange edit.
Actually, it wasn't an edit.
Who
It
are
was
you?
access.
We don't know that he made it.
Oh.
Yeah, he accessed it.
Okay. Now, it's interesting that you've accessed these files as I do believe they are air gapped.
No, those were
No, those are the clinic's files are air gapped.
Sorry.
You hacked the medical review board. He works for the medical review board,
Medical
not
review board.
Spectrum Clinic.
Yeah, sorry. So Laska will butt in here. Look, we don't want to. We know that you're in a great deal of trouble, and we know that you were asked to do something by some bad people in exchange for wiping away your debts. Unfortunately, the ceiling is falling in around them, and their time is almost up. We can offer you. We're working with the stewards. We can offer you protection when it all comes crashing down if you help us. If you help us figure out who they are and what they did.
Give me an intimidate check.
It's kind of nice. I was trying to be nice, but Adelaide was
Nice isn't going to work.
All right.
And it's right about now when you guys get a ping on all your comms just saying, "Hey, I got coffee. Where'd everybody go?"
We went to the other coffee.
Oh
shop.
no!
The other, you went to another coffee shop.
No. We send him our location, and Adelaide says, "Bring the coffee. It's a power move."
Lasko didn't start this campaign with intimidate, but he has picked it up in the course of the campaign, and he uses it now to get a 35.
Very nice. That is enough that he believes you that things are going to come crashing down. It's an odd tactic to take, but it'll do. Fine. I took bribes, but Dr. Gearsix takes way more bribes than I do, and he changes way more records. But, I mean, it's a bad look, but I didn't do anything wrong. Not really.
This other guy's way more corrupt than me.
We are not judging you. We are trying to bring in them, not you. Can you tell us who contacted you and exactly what they asked you to do?
Not unless you have a warrant.
It's around this time that our steward friend comes by.
Well, we don't. We don't have like that much of an in with the stewards, right? They need more evidence before they'll move.
Yeah, they won't give you a warrant yet.
I think she was
You
talking
need more
about
evidence.
Iris.
I was just talking about Iris, who is,
Sort of a steward, not really a steward.
Do you need Iris to be a steward? You're gonna have to let them know before they show up. Otherwise, they're gonna be looking
sorry.
like a normal human person.
Okay, Adelaide will simply text, bring the coffee, be a steward.
Ogden
you
will
have,
also be.
Not just any steward can give you a warrant. It has to be the director general. That's common knowledge. So.
Okay, fine. Never mind.
So Iris wouldn't be able to give you even if he believes that Iris is a steward. He's going to know that Iris isn't the director general.
Right. Yeah.
So hold on. So this contact isn't willing to give us any more information without a warrant?
About what he's done. Tell us more about Dr. Gearsix.
I don't know anything else. I'm out of here.
While that was happening, I was hoping I could use improvised forgery, my 9th level special espionage specialist thing, as a full action. Once per day, I can, forge myself an identity, complete with forged documents, an official ID card or badge, and a minimal infosphere presence. Really, I'm most interested in the forged documents for a warrant. So could Ogden flash a, like he hears this guy say warrant and one of his ears sort of, looks down at his little wrist watch comm unit and wants to quickly forge some ID. And it only takes a full action, so that could be happening while they were talking to him about, they were trying
very fast forge.
It really it's so
super fast.
The background, like the fluff of this ability is you have created numerous identities for yourself with names and electronic documents to back them up. So ostensibly, Ogden already has a steward's ID, a steward's identity to adopt. It's just going to take a little bit of tweaking.
Just had to go through their like ID file just real quick. John Lord Stewart. There we go, Stewart.
Yeah, exactly.
Psychic
so
paper.
what this would need, yes, this is effectively psychic paper, but in Starfinder. What this requires, as with normal forgeries, is a computer's check. May I do this now, Nick? All right. Here comes the computer's check.
Yay!
That's 21. I would like to re-roll that because I only use this ability once a day. I'll take the re-roll that we have.
Can I give you my idol? Or no, that's synced to me.
Yeah, Ghost gave you a reroll for an inevitable failed social roll or anything else useful.
This is sort of a social roll, and it's definitely going to be useful, I hope.
Or a social encounter, yeah.
Yeah. So here comes round 2. That's a 32. So a 32 on the computer's check is, I think it's like the perception DC to know that this is a forgery with all the normal DC modifiers for other circumstances, yada yada.
So you flip out this forged warrant that you just pulled out of your pocket.
It's so funny that you mentioned that, Nadu, because I happen to be Steward Agent Ogden, and pulls out ID, shows the warrant on his little holographic wrist comm unit dealie, and you'll need to tell us everything.
Give me a bluff check.
That's good. That's not to look surprised.
Or intimidate. You can bluff or intimidate in this case.
Oh no!
No!
Espionage specialist level 4. Once per day, I can re-roll a bluff, stealth, or disguise check. So I'm gonna...
Hold on. Let me pick it up for you as so that you don't have to use up yours. If I can use my intimidate instead.
You can aid.
I mean, I'm happy to
glare or something, but Ogden's the one talking right now. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't make a check for someone else and talking.
I'm not super averse to using my my dailies. All right. So he chokes a little bit, like he's kind of still nervous about this because he doesn't do this too often. So he like when you're nervous, your throat catches for a second. He clears his throat and tries again. It's a little better. 28 with Lasco's aid.
With an aid and your excellent forgery makes it 30. That's more than enough.
Yay! Kind of benevolent.
Nadu explains that House Rycast offered to take care of his largest loan in exchange for a series of favors. The first of these was entering false records for Hasil, Hao, Losifaran, and a handful of Pact Council members who aren't nominees, presumably to use the information in the future to benefit Apostate and House Rycast itself. Nadu dreads the next time the Drow approach him for more favors.
The Drow? That's surprising.
Yeah, the one who seems squeaky clean.
Yeah.
Drow extorting people? Because that's not odd.
It's because they're very good at that.
The Drow extorting people isn't surprising, but there was nothing suspicious about the Drow otherwise, like related to the reptoid. So we have to wonder whether this is a reptoid corruption or just a regular corruption again.
Yeah.
What are the other records that Uvale told you to doctor?
Oh, Steve, George, Joe, Mark, Tom.
And
Judy.
So who's the director? Who was modified? I missed it.
It's in the.
It's all of the ones that were.
Handouts. I just put it in
the.
Hasil, Hao, Losifaran, and a handful of Pact Council members who aren't nominees. and therefore uninteresting.
I see.
Also, how Luciferin interesting. They're both on our list.
Luciferin is on our
potentials.
list. You modified it so that they talk about an immunodeficiency. Was that something that Uvali requested? Or do they actually have that immunodeficiency?
No, the immunodeficiency was covered up. Their records say they're healthy.
For blackmail. Okay.
I don't really know why. I mean, I presume it's blackmail, but they didn't say.
Interesting.
So interesting.
Did you edit anything on Kandalik?
Glendaleak? No.
Kandalik, no.
All right. I don't think we have any further questions. This is useful but confusing because as is the theme in this campaign, we have multiple conspiracies going on here. It's like Uvali's thing. It seems
it overlaps, but not perfectly.
Overlaps, but not perfectly. Exactly right. Like we would have expected Aram to be somewhere on there, right? If she was working with the reptoids, maybe. But like if Hassel Howe is a reptoid, as we suspect, why would they have an immunodeficiency?
Yeah. So maybe they're not. Maybe they're just. I mean, okay.
Or maybe it was something that the reptoids pretended to have to make them seem like they weren't reptoids. That seems like overkill.
There's
like
that.
They wouldn't want.
There's also, and I know the Dyskepsians are sort of old news at this point, but like, immunodeficiency. I don't think the Dyskepsians showed up as an immunodeficiency, but maybe this was covered up as that.
No.
Well, hard to say, but we can let this little fish go for now. I think our next investigation should be around Uvali.
Uvali, yes. Let's contact Terminal and see if they know anything specific about Uvali, and tell them what this conversation yielded as our payment, and see if they're interested in digging more into Uvali's background or into this immunodeficiency, and we'll let this poor guy go, and we'll
back to its terrible
we
life
should be able,
of
yeah
debt.
Oh, can he tell us anything more about like what he mentioned that the doctor is also corrupt. Does he have any more details about what the doctor has done?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just knows that Gear 6 is also taking bribes.
But doesn't know from who. And not sure if it's Uvali or whatever.
No, although he will note that it wouldn't make much sense for House Rycast to be paying them both off. It would be a very bad business deal.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a good point. Oh, you're good at this. Would you like to join our adventuring party?
No.
I'm just kidding. All right, go back to your life.
All right. Go on.
Go back to your miserable life.
Or rather, we'll go on. We'll get out of here and leave you to your whatever you're eating here. And Ogden stands up.
So we get back to our ship. We'll update Terminal.
No,
not the ship. Safe house.
Safe house. Right. Wait, we have a
Steward safe house that Vic Vorson got for us.
Yeah.
Zick Vorson, sorry.
Remember we're staying
Confluence
with the Eoxians.
Got it for you.
Oh, okay. Right. We met Zick Vorson there, but it was granted by Confluence.
Through the Eoxian embassy, notably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Building is owned by the Eoxian government, and everything is gray.
Yep.
Yeah, that puts another point against Gavilasknar being behind this, right? Since he's working with
Well, we don't know that.
He's just
His government's
he's just,
working with Confluence.
Yeah.
he's just too easy. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
too
yeah.
easy a scapegoat, an evil
You guys
scapegoat.
don't want to investigate Galar's door? You don't want to go see the corpse lead picture in his office? I've got the book. We can go to his office. No, that was...
Okay, so when we basically relay this conversation that we just had to Terminal, is Terminal at all interested? Know anything about?
Terminal says, that's everything I found.
Can they dig
Gave
more?
you everything on directorate nominees that I found.
Okay.
Hmm.
We don't have.
All right.
Actually... Oh, but there is this stuff on Lorecast. Have you seen this stuff on Lorecast?
More and more on Givelasknor.
Yes, I'll read it out loud. Thylus's latest vids have focused more and more on Givelasknor. More on Givelasknor. Even before their respective nominations were announced. The dwarf skirts the line of calling Givelarsk an acting member of the Corpse Fleet. Among the other nominees, the only one Thylus has commented on positively is Milgen, Nivaris, Catchell, and Dar, claiming the shared suffering of having their home worlds destroyed gives them common ground. This also tracks with both of them seeming rather fundamentalist, very conservative-minded candidates.
And also tracks with him not actually being working with reptoids.
Yes.
Yeah, it seems he's also down on Aram and Hasselhow.
Suppose so. Yeah. The only one that he's commented positively on is Milgen, yes. So that implies that he is not supporting the others. Okay. Well, that doesn't really help us that much.
Do we have anything from the steward's database on Uvali?
You guys have everything from the Stewards database on the candidates.
Okay.
One handout called Director Nominees.
Nothing about nothing about Uvali specifically. She has secret accounts just like almost everyone else, except for Lucifarin. Aram and Hasselhow have the most secret accounts. And Hassel has the connection to KSN Interstellar, which has a bounty on her heads.
Yes. We were going to go look into them at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, we still haven't looked up fluoresic in the steward's database, that local crime lord.
Oh, you're right.
That's true. Yeah, with the connection.
Cross the T's, dot the I's.
Oh, goodness, there's so much. There is so much.
Yes.
My brain is so overwhelmed.
Isn't it wonderful?
Well, at least it's all written down here. Yeah. Do you know which person we're talking about, Nick? I'm trying to find
the Fluoresic family is, there are records, indeed, in the Stewards database.
Oh, nice.
The Stewards recognize the Fluoresic family and its head, Alish Fluoresic, as important power brokers on Absalom Station. The public side of the family donates money and other resources to various political campaigns, and the Stewards believe Alish has blackmail material and a number of packed council members, but can't prove it. The Director General is particularly worried that Milligan, Nivaris, Catchell, Andar has been compromised by the family since she once helped block legislation that would limit political contributions, including those made by the Fluoresics. Several investigations into the family have stalled, and there is a substantial reward for leads in the ongoing investigation.
Well, then, we couldn't... Go on.
It occurs to me that since Lasco thinks that he was also a power broker in Absalom Station, he might have known this family from a culture
Thinks
check.
he knows this guy.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know if we have any leads to give the stewards though.
You do not.
Like the
You
one
don't know anything that wasn't in there.
They already know. Yeah, about the connection from Milsic or Milgan.
Could we have Iris go pound the pavement bit and scare up some money, scare up some information, which could be exchanged for money, which could then be sent to Terminal in order to actually hire them to answer our questions?
I don't think we need to hire Terminal. They've been very forthright with us. I don't know what further investigation they could do.
Is that accurate, Nick?
We have asked her to do things, and she's said that she did already, right?
They?
They.
Terminal S did look into the nominees for you. Terminal mentioned that they think Zia Cho is intentionally muddying the waters around the director's assassination, but you haven't asked Terminal to look into it. You haven't asked Terminal to look into really anything other than directorate nominees.
All right, let's go down the list then. Terminal, can you look into Zia Cho?
That is a directorate nominee. Already looked into
the
directorate
assassination. Okay.
Yes, the assassination. Sure. What kind of information have you got for me?
We know that they were the former director was murdered by a reptoid, and that the image was replaced by the reptoids who have a base on Roselight.
Had
Curious.
a base on
Roselight. Yes, it blew up. We did that.
It blew up, he says, as if we didn't help.
That one's on us. That one is on us.
Actually, I'm not even sure that one's worth looking into. The only stuff on that's on Conspire. I do like Zia Cho. Zia Cho's pretty cool. The GM is now making an eyebrow wiggle at you to look at the prompt on the card.
Zia Cho. Not asking around, Zia Cho. Conspire director.
Director Balamdori.
Oh, there we are.
The director was actually a reptoid, and that Zia released the fake video to stop investigators from finding out the truth.
Oh no! In your terminal, with terminal as a source.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, terminal. It's more that the waters have been intentionally muddied to hurt Zia Cho. Terminal likes Zia Cho.
I don't know why they would do that. Zia Cho is amazing.
Then why don't you?
Isn't it so terribly unfair?
Yes,
I said, everything I have is already on Conspire.
All right.
And you can't get any more?
Nope.
Surely there's something you could do.
I don't think so.
Is there a bribe that we need to do or something like that to get this out of terminal?
I don't know how else I can do it without just telling you guys flat out.
Zia Cho is very remarkable, isn't she?
Don't you want to help Zia Cho?
My favorite I suppose. I do like you folks. All right. But I'm only giving you this because I like you.
Also, all of the.
Do any of you speak Triaxian? Terminal sends over a audio file.
Oh wait, yes. It's in my language list. I translate it to everyone.
All right. So the audio file, like I said, is in Triaxian. So I guess you guys don't need to know about the sense motive check, since I'll leave it there. You can translate it. They say the vid shows it was a Vesk agent, but I've met with Veskarium ambassadors. I know what a Vesk looks like. Zia's sister hesitantly asks if they have seen an illusion, to which Zia shouts, "The vid's a fake, not even a good one. But they'll sign off on whatever makes them not look like fools." After an awkward pause, Zia disconnects the call.
It's nothing we didn't know. Where did you put this hand up? Oh. Well, we already had we had evidence, right? We we demonstrated.
Remember,
that,
you need to accumulate enough evidence to get warrants.
Okay.
I see.
So, all right.
So now we have
You're not going to get a
evidence.
warrant with one piece of evidence. You need multiple pieces.
Okay, so we have 2 pieces of evidence that the video was doctored. Is that enough for the stewards, or do they need more?
Well, you haven't reported back to the director. Depends on what you give to the director or what you tell the director.
Okay.
We'll check in with the director then.
And do we have a suspicion who made the change?
Was this the Roselight base as well?
Yeah, this was.
Mm-hmm. This is
Okay,
a audio call between Zia and her sister.
Oh,
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, that wasn't clear.
okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is at least evidence that we should get a warrant to talk to Zia, right? Maybe that should be our goal, since we're trying to get to Zia.
I suppose so. Yeah. Zia seems to know more than they are letting on.
Yeah.
Really? I think that Zia's put everything out and nobody's believing her.
Well, okay, letting on is not the right phrase then, but rather they know more than people are believing we believe. So maybe connecting those two will provide more information.
Sure. I mean, I still think that the way to go is to get to that doctor. So that's me personally, but
Yeah, that's fine. That's another thread that we could pull at, because we just.
It still feels like. Yeah, it's just hard not to get frustrated about like. It feels like it feels like we need to ask questions in a certain way, and it's hard to figure out what those ways are.
Yeah.
well, I would say that a few things to try are one, I'd like to have Iris go pound the pavement for more information about Florasic, the power broker, so that we can turn that information into the stewards and get some working money. That seems like low-hanging fruit.
I'm skeptical that anything that like we can get on the street is going to be useful, but yeah, we may as well ask about the Florasic family.
It's a
I
very
mean, the
low.
stewards have done some pretty extensive pavement pounding already.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought we already knew what we needed to know about the Florasic family.
Well, I mean, Liz is right that like we haven't done asking around yet. We may as well use that source and combined with that topic.
I'll let you guys know that the asking around source, you guys have got pretty much everything in.
Okay.
Further asking around stuff will generally be prompted by a prompt.
A rumor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, asking around is sort of our worst source. Mm-hmm. It's one that's accessible to literally everyone.
Yeah.
I just don't want you guys to.
No, that's fair.
Waste too much of your time.
Yep.
Let's see.
Does Confluence know anything about Florasic?
No. Absalom Station's not their focus.
Does Conspire have anything about Florasic?
No.
Does Lorecast talk about Florasic?
No.
Does Terminal know anything
you
about
You can go to his house.
Okay. Let's do that after we iterate through all of our sources. Does Terminal know anything about Florasic?
No.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to do this in like an organized way because I feel like we're getting data points at random and
we're spinning. We're spiraling right now, and we keep forgetting leads that we were supposed to look into. Like we've been trying to look into the doctor for a fucking hour now.
You still
we haven't gotten there.
Haven't actually gone to the clinic.
Okay, let's just go to the clinic.
Or to KSN Interstellar.
Things keep falling into our laps.
Yeah.
Let's go to the clinic.
There's a lot of stuff.
Just go to the clinic.
Yeah, let's
I
go
was
to the
gonna
clinic.
say, you
Okay.
still haven't been to the clinic or to KSN Interstellar, which were your 2 goals when we started this morning.
I understand.
Lol.
Let's go to the.
Okay.
Clinic first.
Um,
Look, there were lots of shiny things.
you can, if you open your, here, let me show to players. Let's go back to the clinic. The clinic is on the top floor of an office building overlooking Jatembe Park. It's an expensive area that caters to high-end clients, but Dr. Gearsix only rents a single floor.
Okay. So I suppose we should ask around about the clinic itself.
Sure, why not?
And then actually head in.
Sure.
All right.
Although Nick did say that we
got
did
a diplomacy.
everything from asking around already.
Yeah, but that was on the
Um,
existing handouts. This is a new handout, and it has a blank space underneath "Look into the clinic" or "Ask around."
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you it would be prompted if it would be
Okay.
helpful.
Okay.
I tried my best to leave you guys a little breadcrumb trail in the handouts because we're, you know.
I appreciate it. Now that we know that we can trust it.
Yes. I didn't.
And it's not that you were like,
any red herrings in here.
right.
You guys gonna send Iris to do asking around?
Sure.
Okay, there are red herrings in here, but
It's mostly red herrings.
it is mostly red herrings, but like when I give you a prompt, it's because there is something there to.
I understand.
Yeah. Iris shows up at about this time with the now cold coffees, just in time for you all to send them back out onto the street. They're just kind of like, no respect. No respect.
You're sure we didn't meet up sooner?
No.
I feel like we've been talking for like an hour in game.
An hour in game is what, minutes actual game time?
No, that's what I mean.
I'm just gonna click this button 3 times. Hopefully the 30 from the first one is good because I rolled
yeah, the 30 from the first one is good. You learn, oddly enough, through asking around, that the building is owned by the Florisic family through a shell company.
Interesting.
Would that shell company happen to be TSN Interstellar?
The person
Iris,
you ask doesn't know.
Iris it has a live communication open with you guys through their brain computers. So as soon as they get this information, you can start doing computer research to figure that out. And they communicate as much.
That was an or, not an and.
Okay.
So your computer's check would only yield the same information.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Well, this is confusing because I thought Florisec was like specific to the Milligan, but it sounds like there is a connection between the people who are having the doctor modify records for Aram and such, and through the crime family to Milligan. Weird.
Let's go visit the clinic.
Yes.
See you at the clinic.
A good old-fashioned break-in.
Well,
no.
There is a constant buzz of activity around the building. There is a box on the front, or probably not on the front, probably inside the lobby, with buttons for the different floors, the different businesses. Spectrum Clinic is in fact listed next to a button.
What's the floor right below it? Steve's Emporium?
Steve's Tech Emporium.
That's
right,
this is clearly where we need to go.
We need to go to Steve's Tech Emporium and then break in through the ceiling. We press the
There is
top
a
button.
security guard sitting at a desk watching the buttons.
Adelaide will press the button for the clinic.
Spectrum Clinic, do you have an appointment?
Yes, actually. Well, sort of. It's my friend's appointment, but they said that they can't make it. Something about rescheduling, but they knew that I need to see the doctor, so they gave me their appointment. It should be all there. Didn't you get our call this morning?
Give me a bluff check, please.
All right.
Oof.
My friend can't make it, so I'm gonna go to the doctor.
We must have missed your call. This is totally not how doctors work, but sure, why not?
Well, I mean, with a 32.
I'm not going for them. It's more like they knew that I've been trying to get an appointment, and yeah.
That's totally not how doctors work. But we'll let it slide. Maybe that's how space doctors work.
It's a
It'd be nice
fantastic
if
science
doctors work
fiction
that way.
universe.
With a 32 bluff check, just assume that the character came up with a better idea than Liz did, since Liz can't roll a 32 bluff check.
It's not a 32, it's a 37.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
it's a 37.
Yeah,
It's a great
yeah.
bluff check. It is more than enough for them to buzz you up to the elevator. Receptionist says, we must not have gotten written down. The morning receptionist just left. Sure. Come on up, and the elevator door opens, and you all can get in. And
I have altered reality to suit them.
No, it was
reality to suit
such-
you. The receptionist now believes they let people trade appointments with each other.
Yes, it was such a
You're
good
going to
bluff
ruin
check.
her business.
Such a good bluff check that not only did you make them believe that we had an appointment, you made them believe that's how the medical system works.
The space medical system works that way. Anyway, the elevator doors open into a rather nice waiting room with a window into the receptionist's desk and a hallway that connects the records room, a pair of exam rooms, and the doctor's office. Not that you know that looking at the waiting room. There, you can see now that the Yosoki reception, the receptionist is a Yosoki behind the desk. As you approach, she says, you said you made that your friend had an appointment, but the doctor's not actually in today, so I don't know how you can have an appointment.
Oh, my friend must have been wrong then. You know what? I think we might have gotten our days mixed up. I think it's Tuesday, and it might have been a Thursday. This happens to me all the time. I'm so sorry, but let's see. Sorry. I'm desperately thinking for a way to get back into this room.
The warrant idea. Let's use Ogden's fake warrant.
That only works once a day, buddy. If we thought to do this
someone is
beforehand,
quite sneaky. There is just a receptionist here. You could
yeah, that's a great idea. Just like
attempt to create a distraction, like you did with the computers when you were getting your documents to go down to Roselight.
Yeah, basically, I'll just spend time with the receptionist trying to reschedule this appointment.
And while the receptionist
while you scamper out.
Yeah, Laska will sneak into the back rooms of the clinic.
Poor
I
receptionist.
imagine you're making a big deal about rescheduling this appointment and being very dramatic about it and waving your arms around in the air.
You're also obviously, of course, carrying on and having many side conversations that only as Adelaide can offer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I was talking about everything on this receptionist's desk. I believe is how you did it last time.
Yep.
All right, let's go. You can give me a stealth check to sneak into the office.
Oh, cool. Nat 1. I love it.
No. Do we have any rerolls for you? I guess you can't critically fail a skill check anyway.
Indeed not. I assume a 25
not in
is
this
enough.
system.
And a 25 is actually enough.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, Jesus.
With the distraction. You had to have the distraction.
All right.
So you can sneak back into the doctor's office. there's an office here.
I search it.
There's not a whole lot to see really. There's I didn't highlight. Give me a perception check.
Searching through the desk for any notes, looking at the computer and trying to access records. Just some evidence of who's paying this doctor and what they were told to do.
Yeah, you don't find anything.
I will message Adelaide. I need a bit more time. And search again.
I'm so sorry. That's right. I completely forgot that I have a series of appointments at this time that we just decided that I'd be possibly taking. Can we shift it?
All right.
I'm stretching for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Nope. Still need more time. I'll roll a third time. It's creeping upwards real slowly. Does a 30 find anything after 3 checks?
You find a secret door behind a bookcase door.
I enter it.
Inside, you see a computer.
I hack it.
On a desk. You can take a computer check.
I'm in to the secret room, not the computer yet. Wow, great rolls, Lasco. Nothing above a 9. Roll again. Oh, that's better. 41.
Give me one more real quick. No reason.
40.
Oh. You catch it sending an alert to someone else and stop it. But you suspect that the first 3 times you failed, it did send the alert.
Oh.
First 3 times I failed?
Yeah.
Oh, the perception checks, you mean?
No, the computer checks.
Oh, I only made...
It's only made a total of 2, 3.
Oh, the first one time I failed.
The first one that you failed, yeah.
I see.
Would have sent one of these alerts. Can't really tell where it's going. But you find a bunch of medical records here, including records on 4 of the directorate nominees. Aram, Klendalik, Milligan, Navarez, Ketchel, Ander, and Vora Rin. In Aram's file is a blank, except for a note that reads, "I'll take care of this one. AF." Klendalik's records show that she has more problems with her cybernetics than's been previously reported publicly, but can confirm she's definitely Sheeran. Milligan's records indicate she has a rare Kasathan degenerative nerve disease, but claims she's getting treatment from priests of Talavet aboard the Adari. Finally, Dr. Gearsick's notes in a report that dates back several years that Vora Rin is a reptoid, revealing that she has been one since early in her political career. A message accompanies Vora's file that reads, "Let's sit on this one until she tries to make a move. AF."
Who is
AF is Alish Lurisik, the power broker.
Oh.
I see. Okay. Oh boy, that's bad.
You do also, all the way down here at the bottom, your perception check was high enough to find a fancy silver cred stick with 120,000 credits on it. And the exam room is also well stocked with medical supplies.
Dang.
Excuse me?
We need all of that for our to fund our investigation.
I was going to say, to bribe people.
Sorry, how many creds were on that stick?
120,000.
It's not in the handout, but it was 120,000. 120,000.
Yeah, that gets used up pretty fast.
120,000.
I gotcha. Where's this handout?
Here, let me. I'll show it to players, and we'll pop back up.
They just did. Yeah. Well then.
And you can sneak back out to your friends.
All right, I'll see you on the 20th.
Good. Thank you so much for your understanding. Have a great day.
Oh, we hope she doesn't get fired.
Oh, it's just a false appointment.
Yeah, well, I'll like send her on an anonymous recommendation at a different clinic. Because I feel bad about making her lose her job.
Yeah, that's probably a thing.
All right, this is a good lead. I'll take care of this one from the Florence.
So, what's the information that? How can we confirm that Vora Rin is a reptoid? Is there some sort of, yes, she's a reptoid because this, and this that Dr. Gearsix had in the file that Lasco found?
Or is it just, yep, definitely reptoid?
Sorry, I was looking at the next thing. What was the question?
Is what we found enough condemning evidence to prove that Vora Rin is a reptoid to anybody? Or is it just conjecture on Dr. Gearsix's part?
That's, damning evidence. Flaming evidence? Sorry. And you can definitely turn it over to the Director General, and that'll help you earn some trust points. You're actually now at 4 pieces of evidence.
Assuming we're turning over everything we get, yeah.
Assuming you're turning over everything, you're actually at 5.
Yeah.
But that raises the question: do you report Nadu?
Oh.
Do you tell the Director General that he's taking bribes?
Ogden absolutely does.
Yeah, we can tell him that. But we can
check my alignment.
We can say that he was
recommendation.
offered. Right. We recommend that he gave us this information in the promise that we would protect him from it because he's not very high up. Right. Oh, yeah, we did. That was part of the conversation.
That was
We just had to
that was part of
intimidate
what
it out
Lasco
of
said.
Yeah.
Lasco did say he would protect him.
Okay.
Yeah, but not.
You people with your honor.
Yeah, but protect him doesn't mean lie to the stewards. It means the stewards are used to this, right? You protect one of the small fish in exchange for protecting the big fish. So I'll say we have another lead, but we promised them protection. They're a very small fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And what happens after that isn't really our
It's not your problem anymore. I was just curious if you guys are going to turn him in or not.
Yeah.
But, so you guys are at 5 pieces of evidence. More importantly, as you leave the clinic and you head back to the train station to go to the safe house, you step into an alley and you see how many of these? How many? 4 people in the alley pulling guns on you.
People?
I think we shouldn't have gone through
humans?
this alley.
Like humans. Where the heck? Yeah, okay. I'm totally with you guys. Too many handouts. These guys.
I don't even blame you. There's a lot of information.
There's so much information at the other end of the alley, pulling guns.
Oh, thank goodness they have those little nameplates on them that call them Florisic enforcers. Now we know who we're fighting.
You're gonna pay for crossing Alish Florisic. And on that note, let's go.
We go to break? Yay!
They're gonna pay for working for him.
I was gonna say.
Clearly, you're misinformed. Look at me. Now look at you. Now look at me.
You're not aware
now look at
that you guys have, hero plot armor. You're the protagonists of this story. Nothing minor ever gets to you.
It's more that they have NPC debilitating lack of power, right?
Have you not seen the episode of Supernatural where they lose their protagonist powers?
I might have.
God takes away their protagonist powers. It's only Dean has cavities and the car breaks down and
I didn't see
Pretty
that
funny.
one. It sounds fantastic,
Oh, it's
though. That
so
sounds
good.
very supernatural.
It is. They're so meta sometimes. All right, but let's go to break. We'll be back in 15 minutes, just after the top of the hour. Don't go anywhere, folks. Welcome back. I hope everyone enjoyed their break. I know I did. I've been starving for like half of an hour. I had to get something to eat, and I was just waiting desperately for a good spot to break from this investigation so that I could run to the kitchen and eat some cereal. We left our investigators facing off in an alley with 4 thugs. So they're going to pay for crossing Alish Fleur.
Oh, we have a map for this. Nice.
And I went ahead and gave you a map. I've been telling them I'm going to make them do it, Theater of the Mind, but then I was like, I've already got the flip maps in here. Why not?
I appreciate it.
Oh, way to go, Ogden. 3 on the pronking die.
3.
I mean,
Put these
I
enforcers
think I
in
got
here.
Toot.
Yeah, but the difference is you actually have improved initiative.
It's true enough.
So your 2 turns into a 10, whereas my 3 turns into a 7. Someday I'll play a fast character again.
Someday.
But it's not this day.
So this enforcer is going to go first.
That's a speedy one.
It is a speedy one. Rolled really, really well. Which one is this? This is the blue one. He's going to move in.
Oh no.
Right up to Iris. And strike. Neural Lash. That's a 35 to hit. For 22 non-lethal damage.
What kind?
Electric. And then it'll be Lasco's turn.
Lasco will use the underfoot ability. Yeah. To just get into this Hoodlum's Square.
Rude.
The enemy CR is less than or equal to 12. I'm now in her space. And she is flat-footed and off target, although she's an operative. She's immune to flat-footed. And then trig attack. Oh, yeah. Half speed and no steps.
Okay.
Uh, 19 versus possibly flat-footed?
Is that including my flanking and providing as well?
No, so 21 versus flat-footed KAC.
We'll hit.
Ooh, it's gonna be a rough day for her. That's 36 damage.
You have to be further over, otherwise I'm going to be taking away your health.
Yeah. Move me as much as is necessary.
You mean like there? Said 36?
Yep.
All right. Adelaide.
Should I build a wall or should I knock them down?
The melee's preference is always knock them down, but
Oh, knock them down, yes. All right. So, Adelaide will use a 4th level spell to do both damage and... Okay, so what she's going to do is she's going to make a square here to here. So basically filling up the alley up until where Lasco and the blue thug are. She's gonna fill it with hot queso. Is just like the floor is lava, except it's hot queso. And
the queso dimension. I know it well.
Yep. And a big bubble is going to burst underneath them so that they are knocked prone. And then the area is going to continue to be damage. Will continue to be difficult terrain with a bit of damage to it. So, see. Let's play this. Hold up.
You might even say they're slipping into the queso zone.
Oh,
the queso zone.
Aha!
Drinks.
No, I want
okay.
to
So
Ooh, I always
we're
want
gonna
calzone.
need
That's my secret. Calzone.
reflex saves for the big burst of queso.
Okay.
Or be knocked prone. Not very high DC.
Red is prone. Where's my prone guy? Here he is. Orange is prone. And green is prone.
Nice.
Prone in queso.
Prone in queso. And then now
they just
they
open their
get
mouth
to-
as they fall.
fort save for each of them. Or take, I'll call it fire damage.
How much?
Hazard that deals damage each round equal to the level of the spell slot. Spend it 4.
Okay.
Unless they
Yeah.
pass their fort save, in which case it's only 2.
Okay. Take some damage from the cheese.
Yep.
Anything else?
No, that's it actually.
Case green will stand up and pull a scattergun. Shoot Lasco.
Can she do all of that? Or
No,
she probably had a gun already out.
You can draw a gun as part of a move action if your base attack bonus is more than 1. Standing up is a move action.
No,
That's
unfortunately.
a 23 to hit.
Miss.
Rude.
Sorry.
So rude. This one will also stand up, pulling a scattergun. No, better yet, pulling a grenade from her pocket
Oh no!
and throwing it. Oh, I did not want to open the 20-foot radius. I wanted to put it on the map. That's a long way she's going to have to throw it.
My lord. That's a
My God.
rather large
I can push it.
explosion.
Yeah.
This is indeed a large, large explosion.
So unfair.
35
Well-
feet. That's not so bad. Makes the throw. I need reflex saves.
Can I push it?
You can try.
I push it 5 feet.
Nah, it's not worth it.
Okay.
Like, you can
Never
move it
mind.
out of Lasco, but then that'll also protect the ally. So
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
doesn't mind grenades.
So you wanted a reflex save?
Yes, reflex save.
Ogden got a
Ah.
27.
Yep, a 27 will make it. You're all going to make the reflex save and
Ooh.
take 6 points of sonic damage.
Ouch.
Right.
That's the red one's turn. The orange one will stand up, pulling a scattergun and taking a shot at Lasco.
So I looked this up, and technically, you can only combine the drawing with moving your speed, not with standing up. But you can do it anyways. It's okay. It's fine. You've probably let me do it.
If you think about it, they were also probably ambushing us, so they probably
they probably
had
weapons out. They got a pistol in one hand, sword in the other. It's cool.
No, they had their lashes out to do non-lethal damage, and then you guys smacked them for lethal damage.
It's true, yeah. We start with lethal.
We're not prepared for a lethal fight until you guys started it.
Which is really kind of funny.
Because you guys are really mean.
They need all the help they can get.
We're mean.
They do. They need all the help they can get. 26 to hit your KAC, Lasco.
That also misses. I have good armor.
Yeah,
I'm always in front.
It doesn't even matter that they can pull them.
I know. I'm just saying.
They can't even hit you.
I know. Our audience likes rules, though. I figured I'd point it out, and we can make whatever changes on the fly as we want to.
In that vein, is a scattergun not a burst weapon or a blast weapon? Meaning
it is.
It was not in the entry for the scattergun.
Scattergun is a cone weapon, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you take
I really
a
wish they would put
to
this
the attack
stuff
rolls.
Yeah.
That's kind of important information. So you take a -2 penalty to the attack rolls. It's a 15-foot cone, but you get to attack. You make a roll against everybody in the cone and roll damage once. If you roll a crit, you roll double damage for that crit alone.
15 feet probably doesn't even reach more than me and her ally, though.
But importantly, it hits her. It means that she's rolling an attack roll on her ally too.
Yeah. Assuming it's orange
true.
shooting. Yeah.
It was 15-foot cone can look like this. Or, well, you're in her square. That's right. All right, well, 26 does hit her ally, I suppose.
Lasco hears the cock the distinctive cock of a shotgun, and dashes up the leg of the nearby enemy to use her as cover.
All right, it will be Iris's turn.
Oh goodness. Okay. Oh, we're gonna just go ahead and attack this person who just got shot in the back. Oh gosh. Why not? Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh my god.
Is that non-lethal? Is that non-lethal?
I was gonna say it's definitely non-lethal, but I don't want to forget.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Iris is by default non-lethal.
Yeah.
1d for that wound. Oh, hold on. No, I got it. It's 20 on the die. So what was that on the wound table?
Oh, that's bad, man.
Somewhere.
That's bad, friend.
I think I might actually.
Nasty. I think that's their brain.
Open this up. Nope, it's not written down there. I apologize, folks. 1 second.
I got you, friend. 20 is the brain. Fortitude save or stun for 1 round.
Sweet. And my critical effects are now too harder to. My saves are too higher now. Thanks to my new feat that I got at level 11.
Fancy.
Well, that's gonna make it.
So Iris just hauls off and punches him right in the forehead, and it there's a crunching sound.
Definitely has a concussion.
They are also knocked down. Yes, I assume you've got the that's the and not or.
Yes, that is thanks to another ability, another feat.
Does knockdown not have a DC?
No DC.
It does.
Just automatically happens. Knockdown is such a good crit effect.
It is. It's great. Slam down. Level 3 feat. Just gives bludgeoning weapons the knockdown critical effect.
Great for an unarmed mauler.
I'm Iris. I approve this message.
All right, Ogden.
All right, Ogden is going to try. He's going to try shooting past this fracas that's going on. Who threw the grenade? Was it red or orange or
red
green?
who threw a grenade.
All right, Ogden's going to try and are they close enough? Yeah, they're 30 feet away. We're gonna bluff. Ogden's gonna try and pull a tricky move and feint as a move action to feint against this person. So,
is there an ongoing effect? What's that black rectangle? That was Adelaide's thing.
Yeah, that's damaged.
DC for this is 15 plus 1.5 times CR. So 24 is probably not gonna do it.
No.
Okay, that's fine. So they are not flat-footed to this next attack, but that's okay. We're still going to hit them with an injector pistol. Let's hit them with a sedative.
Okay.
So this will be a tier 3 sedative.
What mean?
It doesn't matter. It's only a 3 on the die for a total of 18 to hit their KC. Bummer summer, dude. That's my turn.
Right.
All right.
Hey, sorry, I need to backtrack here just 1 second. Nope, not you. My phone thought I was talking to it. Did 25 beat their KAC by 4?
Yes.
They are also grappled. Oh, soldiers.
Grabbing strike is a wonderful thing.
Okay.
All right, so grabbed, flat-footed, off target, and prone. Got it.
Don't forget stunned for 1 round.
No, they succeeded.
No, they made that save.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Okay, cool.
They did indeed make their save. They will lash out twice at you. Their lash, I suppose. Let's see, grabbed. The clash. Apparently doesn't help you. There it is.
Yes, the clash.
It's gonna fish for crits before they die. 32 to hit for 21 electric damage.
On last
Or they pass out.
On Iris.
No, Iris. That will hit. How much electric damage?
21.
All right.
And then it will be Lasco's turn.
Lasco will do a non-lethal attack on this poor sucker who went in first. 23 versus flat-footed.
That one is dead.
Yeah. No, non-lethal. I said non-lethal.
Non-lethal. Yeah, you said non-lethal.
All right, not
Look,
dead.
it even says there in the attack. Non-lethal.
Sleeping pleasantly.
I feel like it's very much like a Brock Sampson scenario from Venture Bros. This is one who just runs in all gung-ho and just gets just choked out.
I remember this. All right, Lasco will, after like choking out this first one, whirl around, look at each of the hoodlums in turn, and then head will swivel towards the one on the left that has already gotten shot once by Ogden, and then dash into this black rectangle. Oh, well, shot at by Ogden.
Isn't that the queso floor?
That's the queso floor.
Oh, does that do damage?
Yes, it does damage. It's not a lot of damage, but it's damage.
If I run on the wall, will it still damage me? Like, how tall is the effect?
It's just the floor.
Oh, nice. All right. Lasco will, with a glance down at the wall at the queso, leap onto this little fountain west, and from there, sort of run along the side wall, like 5 feet up, and end in the square 5 feet up above these two.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Adelaide.
All right, Adelaide.
How long
that
does
kind
the
of
queso last?
the queso lasts 9 rounds.
Wonderful.
What a
9 rounds of queso.
It might actually be 11 rounds now.
It is. If
I was
9
gonna
was...
say.
Yeah.
Well, it might not be. It might be like 3 times spell level, right? Who
Mhm.
knows?
But
So
either way, that's a lot of queso.
It's
no, it's 11 rounds. It's 11 rounds.
nice.
So they each take, well, they can do fort saves, or take fort save to take 2 damage, or no save and take 4.
Okay.
I was gonna make this difficult terrain, but now Lasco's in there.
I thought it was already difficult terrain.
Yeah, I thought that too, and then I looked at it. No, it's just damage.
You can make it difficult terrain.
Huh?
You can make it difficult
I can
terrain.
make it.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of like waves her hand, and the queso becomes thicker, ropier, and stretchier.
Gross.
Which is Infinite Worlds Environmental Level 1, actually. So let's just pop that on the board.
You're fast forwarding the timeline. Queso 3 hours earlier. 3 hours later.
Oh, it's all congealed and gross now.
Yep.
More tar than food.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so I'll just make that the 10-foot radius again.
Okay.
Feel free to give up whenever.
A 10-foot radius is not a square.
Yeah. I figured that it would.
You couldn't have actually gotten all of them with a 10-foot radius.
You can move that up one, north one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, but then it wouldn't have been down here.
That's fair. I'm willing to take that out, as in, like, revise it to meet the shape that you are giving me. I apologize.
Yes, radiuses are not square, but that's okay. I think the effect was still mostly the same. Right.
Can we delete that black rectangle? It's distracting.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
There you go.
So happy.
All right, green. Very unhappy to realize that her gun is a cone weapon. Is going to throw a grenade. Pull a grenade and throw it down there. I need reflex saves.
Yay.
Haha, 30.
26.
23.
All right, you all made it and take 7 damage.
Okay.
Sonic. Pulled a grenade and threw it. That's a whole action. That's a whole turn. Red will in fact shoot that scattergun because they can hit Lasco just fine, and only Lasco.
Ranged weapon provokes the...
That's a good point. You were not that high up. In that case, let's use the lash. 29 to hit your EAC.
That hits.
19 electric damage. Orange here. Gonna do the same thing. Full round attack, like a smarter baddie. 21 is gonna miss. 31 to hit for 23 electric damage. And then it will be Iris's turn.
Okay, so how much damage does Iris take as they wade into the queso of doom?
It's 4 per round, unless you do a fort save. But you can probably make that fort save.
I'll do a fort save. Well, you say that, but I've been rolling really good, so yep, there it goes. It's a 5 on the die. For
Yeah,
14.
4. Yep. But basically, it's just per round, so.
Okay, what kind of damage?
Fire.
Oh, well, how much damage?
4.
My thermal capacitor completely negates the queso damage.
Yep.
Wonderful.
It's also queso resistance.
Yes, it's. I switch it to extra spicy, and it completely negates the queso. So Iris just kind of wades through at half speed because it's also difficult terrain, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
And this guy just sees their doom coming as I wade in and then just. Right.
The queso only makes you move ominously.
Yes. 23 to hit.
Hit.
Does it beat by 4?
No.
Dang. All right. Gotta roll better than that.
Gotta roll better than an 8.
That is.
Yes.
That is 23 face damage, though.
The baddie takes 23 face damage. Ogden.
All right. Ogden will try fainting green because he's got a clear line on green. Do it. Yeah. A 36 is totally gonna faint. Sorry, the phrase "do it" has just been tainted by memes. So it's always going to be Emperor Palpatine now. So yes, they are flat-footed to my next attack, which is coming right now. Sedatives and sedatives aren't a biohack, so I can't actually give them a hampering inhibitor, but that's okay. Take some sedatives.
No.
22 versus flat-footed KAC.
We'll just do it.
Nice. Minimum damage on the D6 is, let's hope that 3d4 saves us. Nope, almost minimum damage all around. So that is 20 points of piercing damage, the last 6 of which is non-lethal.
Not bad. Not bad.
Could have been a lot better.
Could have been.
That is my turn.
Yep. Let's go.
Seeing that the queso isn't quite as hot as he was worried it would be, having Iris walked through it, his thermal capacitor protected him. Lasco will dive them. Lasco will dive off the wall into the square of this hooligan. Do they have a name better than? I keep on calling them hooligans. Is there a better name?
Enforcers.
For them? Enforcers. Oh yeah, that sounds way more badass. Acrobatic. Oh, where's that ability? Oh, here it is. I made a macro for it. Very smart.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, fancy.
Yep. Oh, right. I'm just taking a 10. So their CR is presumably still 12 or below. So I enter their square. They're flat-footed and off target. And then I do a trick attack to prevent them from moving. And has this one already been hit by Iris?
Yes.
Okay, then we'll do non-lethal.
And miss.
So that's, well, +2 for flanking and flat-footed against KAC.
Plus.
It's a 20 versus their flat-footed KAC.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that will just hit.
So that is a 52 damage.
Good God.
Yeah, I'm just over here doing like 4 damage, 3 damage.
All right, Adelaide.
All right. They all take that 4 damage, unless they do a fort save. In which case they take 2. And
I make a fort save.
Yeah.
Oh,
so do
I take
Lasco
full
and Simon.
damage.
Or Lasco and Iris. Lasco and Simon. Simon, you take damage too. Not just your character. New rule.
Oh, no. I don't have fire resistance, though.
Look
2
under
fire
your chair.
damage right now. Go touch something hot.
Oh.
What's 2 fire damage in the real world? I must know.
Touching a hot lighter. Wait, no. Real people only have like 6 hit points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Touching the stove.
Even 1 fire damage is probably a 3rd-degree burn.
Yeah, spilling hot water on yourself.
Adelaide's going to cast junk shards against red in that back corner. Oh, that was a low roll. Oh well. Basically, bits of the wall just kind of like pull themselves off and then shoot into shards at her.
Is that sounds like an AoE. Does Lasco have to duck?
No.
Oh, good.
Anything else?
That's it.
This green enforcer in the back going to try to whip Lasco twice. This neural lash. Ooh, those are both gonna hit. 34 to hit for 25 electric, and then a 33 for 23.
We're running low on stamina.
This red one in the back.
Talk to me when you're on hit points.
Scatter gun with, this cone here. Whoop. Like that. Hit Iris.
That will provoke, though.
You can't reach red.
Yeah, I can. Remember, I'm on the middle square.
Oh, gosh dang it. I don't like fighting you guys anymore.
Sorry.
I hit Lasco twice.
Oh.
27 to hit. Probably gonna miss.
Versus EAC, just barely a miss.
Alright, then the second one will also miss. Yeah, you're really making it no fun to fight you anymore.
You could use the gun. It's not a big deal. My like non-trick attacks do way less damage.
If you get its attack of opportunity, they will die.
No.
The one whose space you're in is gonna try to flash out at you twice as well and miss both times. Iris.
Iris
is finding the right button to hit there.
Oh, those are no good.
What are those D20s?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, none of those hit.
Yeah, hold on. Are those your right bonus?
It's not adding. It's not adding your ability modifier.
Yeah, that's not your right bonus.
Well,
It's giving you a plus 11.
Because you're bad.
Yeah.
So
just for now, what's your strength modifier?
It's a 4, so plus 4 to all of those. It's actually plus 6 to all of those because I didn't include flanking either.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
So
a 22 versus
22 to hit is the highest one.
22 will hit.
Does a 19 hit?
No.
Okay, so 22 hits for 23 damage.
Nice, nice. All right, and then Ogden.
So green is still technically. I still have a clear line of sight. It's just Lasco is, offset to show. So Ogden will once again bluff to try and feint. 26 versus 15 plus 1.5 times CR? Probably not.
Quite.
That's fine. I shoot. We're gonna make them sick this time. Get down with the sickness. That's a 23 to hit CAC.
Will hit.
Nice. 21 points of piercing damage, and they are sick and can't move 50%. 50% of their movement speed has been taken away. Forever! And that's my turn.
Very nice, very nice. Lasco.
Lasco will try to finish off the enforcer that he is sharing a space with, non-lethally.
Okay.
24 will hit for 33 non-lethal damage. And then as she falls, he will leap onto the other one, onto the shoulders of the other one.
So rude.
So rude.
All right, Adeline.
All right, everybody takes 4 more damage, or 2, depending.
Thermal capacitor.
And Adelaide will cast, what's this fun one? Ego Whip on our unfortunate red friend back there. Wait, does that do damage? No, it doesn't. Forget the damage. Forget. Yeah, sorry, never mind. I said whip, or just the ectoplasmic barrage.
29 will hit.
Yep.
Okay. So Bronkin, rude. All right, this one. Gonna run this way, I suppose, since Lasco's blocking their regular exit. Where they were planning to go. There's a Lasco in the way. Rude.
I hate to say it, but I don't think they do.
Do what?
Iris has an attack of
I don't
opportunity.
think they keep. I got an attack of opportunity, and
Oh, yes, you do 21 damage.
and they're grappled.
Why would you do that to someone who's running away?
That's true. You don't have to. If you see them running, Iris can choose not to grapple them.
But we can get information from them. Or use them to send a message.
That's not horrifying.
Well, you can't do it twice. This one, you're actually in the same space, Lasco. This one is off the map and gone.
So that will provoke.
Sure.
But...
Can you do 72 damage on a provoke?
No, definitely not. Well, I guess if I crit, we can roll.
Well, and they are half speed for quite a while, but...
True, yeah.
I guess if you really wanted to go after them, but they are off the map.
I did not
By
crit.
10 feet. They will take 10 damage.
And then they maybe they slip out into the crowded streets, so Lasco doesn't want to chase them out there and make a scene.
Yes.
That makes sense.
I very seriously got the streets are crowded just right down the way after 2 large grenade explosions.
Absalom Station, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Iris.
Well, if you were wanting to end this combat, Iris can just choke them out. Otherwise...
Actually, this one will use a free action to surrender, now that they are alone and unable to flee.
Fantastic. Iris accepts their surrender by removing their weapons and releasing the grapple.
Okay.
Good.
Each of them has a silver Abadar Corp travel suit.
But I suppose 2 of them ran away, or one of them ran away.
Parametric, one of them ran away. Neural lash with a battery, snub scattergun, 2 screamer grenades, a Mark 1 mind link circlet, and a credit stick with 220 credits.
Copying.
Iris doesn't have any questions for these people. I don't think there's really anything to question them for, but they give them a message and say, just...
We'd like to have a word with your employer. It doesn't have to be as violent a word as this one was, if he doesn't want it to be.
See how we didn't kill either of your friends too? Be sure to relay that along as well.
We are interested in business. This doesn't have to get violent. And no one has to die.
So you're letting them go?
Yeah, tell him that.
Sure.
Ask him to tell his boss that.
That's all. Yeah, send in a message.
Okay. It's worth noting that you do have enough. You've built up enough trust with the Director General at this point to get a warrant. So you don't really need to send a message with thugs.
we're just saying that we have something to back up the warrant with. We're just trying to like make him himself less likely to fight it.
Yeah, it's more of a tell your boss how easily we beat you, sort of.
It's like I don't want to have to look for you over my shoulder every time I go down an alley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Frankly, we have much bigger fish to fry.
So, sure, we have our evidence. We'll go to the director with it and ask what we can have permission to investigate with the bureaucratic weight of the stewards.
Yeah. Do you think I have a list? That's cute. This book is not organized that way. What do you want to investigate?
We should go to ISN.
We have two leads. Yes, the company that put a bounty on our head that seems to have paid off one of the directors, and this crime family that seems to have paid off the doctor who examines all of the directors.
Well, warrants are only really good if you have someone to present them to.
Well, Dr. Gearsix is out of town currently.
Not yet. They're about to go out of town. I'd like to talk to the good doctor before he leaves.
I thought the doctor wasn't at the office.
It's true they aren't at their office, but they might be at their residence. Maybe they're packing.
Do we know where they are?
You don't.
Okay. So let's go with the places where we have a location. Do we have a location for the this like gang leader?
Yeah, he has an estate.
So let's get a warrant for him, and also a warrant for that company.
Like I said, you can't really. A warrant's not going to do you any good if there's no one to present it to. Remember, Iris staked it out.
And it's empty. I see.
It's empty.
Okay, yeah. So we just need a warrant to this crime boss.
Yeah. Yep. That sounds like a good place to start.
All right. Where would you like to go first?
The estate?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Florisic estate?
That's what we've... Yeah.
Okay. In that case, get my notes on the Florisic estate.
Ninja says, the embarrassment of this, walking in naked and covered in cheese since you took their clothes.
Well, clothes go over armor. They didn't take their clothes. They're not worth any credits.
That's true. Yeah. But it's a funnier image than just walking through the streets covered in queso and little L's.
Yeah.
All right. We need to case the joint.
More like queso, the joint. Sorry.
You do have a warrant, which this handout does not assume.
Yeah. Let's go
you're
shift.
You're more than welcome to do these things anyway. But
yeah, let's go shift uncomfortably at Ms. Fordwith's suggestion. I don't see the need for this. He already knows we're coming. He knows what we look like. He knows that we want to talk to him, and we have a warrant. We don't have to use subterfuge here.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I'm just curious what we're walking into.
I have confidence that we can deal with it, whatever it is.
Very well.
Yes.
Onward.
We ring the doorbell. Sorry, is there a map we should see?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, there are no maps in this chapter whatsoever.
Nick was kind enough to give us a map for that battle.
For some reason, Roll20 is not even showing our crew. Whatever.
That's odd.
Oh, that is weird. Try refreshing the page, perhaps?
Yep, I'll figure it out. Keep narrating.
Also about this
they told me you can get a warrant, and then they gave me zero information on what happens if you come with a warrant.
Interesting.
Huh.
Wing it.
Thanks for the putting pressure on winging it makes it worse, Simon. Not better.
I empathize, friend. You can do this.
I was about to have something, and then it vanished the moment you said that. Oh,
We believe
butler
in you.
answered. God, why, Simon? Now I'm all self-conscious. A butler arrives at the door, I suppose. Can I help you?
Yes. We have a warrant. We'd like to speak to the proprietor of this estate, Mr. What was his name?
Alish.
Alish Flurisic.
And it might be a she.
We would probably know that.
Alish is in fact a man.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, we would like to speak to Alish Florisic.
Oh, I never did give you this handout that I was going to give you when you found out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would
Oh,
help.
wow.
Goodness
All
gracious.
right.
We did send him a message.
Yes, he knows we're coming.
You didn't send him a message or anything. He does not know you're coming.
Yeah, through his
Give me a
sent him
check if you want to convince the butler of this fact.
We sent him a goon.
Yeah.
Oh, you did send him a goon.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And a bunch of queso.
Yes. I believe Master Florisic did say something about that. If you would like to leave your card, I will pass along the message.
I'm afraid it can't wait.
Flash the warrant.
Yes. This warrant is indeed to speak to Mr. Florisic. I will tell him you have one. Have a good day. Closes the door.
Put my foot in the door. I'm afraid we'll need to speak with him now. If you could show us to his parlor.
I'm afraid if you insist, sir, this will get quite unpleasant, and I'd rather not clean your blood out of the carpet.
I don't think you quite understand how warrants work.
The warrant is to speak to him. That doesn't mean they have to let you in the house.
It's true.
So are you going to bring him to the door?
I am not.
So
You may
when
send
are
him
we
a
going-
message at this number.
Oh, well, we got a number.
That will be fine for now, then. And if
Lasco
this is a
withdraws
problem-
his foot.
If it's a problem later,
Butler
Mr. Lasco,
closes
then
the
we will
door.
figure it out.
We call him at the number.
All right. I suppose Alish will answer.
Oh, cool. I was expecting to get like Pizza Hut.
Mr. Florisic. We'd like to have a conversation with you. This doesn't need to get ugly. We're not hunting you, we're hunting the people behind you.
Quite unfortunate. I don't make it a habit of speaking to the authorities.
If you we're willing to shed our mantle of the authorities if that would make it more convenient for you.
I don't think so. I'm going to give you guys the tooltip. This is a strange way. This is not how I expected this to happen. We're supposed to do these other things first. In my prep work, you guys are fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I just don't have the proper tooltips here for you.
Apologies. Yes, we are. I doubt it will make you feel more comfortable, but we are relatively new to being referred to as the authorities as well. We have been hunted for a long time, Mr. Florisic. We are simply looking for information on some of your, people that you've been watching, that you've been monitoring.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm afraid I can't help you. He hangs up the phone.
All right, I guess we're breaking and entering?
He's sure not being very cooperative for, what the pronk is the point of the warrant?
The warrant gets you halfway there.
Mhm.
The
What's
warrant
the other half?
The warrant gives us leverage once we actually talk to him to be able to look through and seize things.
No,
but we have to be
the
able
warrant
to
will
encounter
help
him
you
in
get a
person, right?
meeting if you can convince him that you can actually back it up.
How are we going to convince him that?
What do
he
you mean
should meet
back
with
it
us?
up?
I mean an intimidate check.
Oh, isn't that what I was saying?
No,
No, you were being
all
pretty diplomatic.
Diplomatic. Thugs don't respond to diplomacy.
Okay, I call him again.
He does not answer.
Okay, so do we just break in?
We shouldn't break in because that sort of nullifies the power of our warrant. Because if you're doing something, trying to do something the legal way.
This is significantly. Communists are much more advanced than our cell phones, but you can still send messages. Believe it or not.
That's true. So, Lasco, send him a text.
Oh yes. You've already met. We've already had a meeting with your goons. We'd prefer that we don't have to have the same sort of meeting with everyone who lives in your house, but we're willing to if need be. We've dealt with much bigger fish than you.
Give me an intimidate check.
Pretty low roll, a 24. I can use that +1 that Clue gave us, but I don't know if that'll be enough.
It won't help. Do you guys have any rerolls? Alas. Oh,
nope.
Jet gave you one for any player.
Aww.
All right, Simon.
Reroll. Oh, I got lower.
Yikes.
You don't get any.
All right. So, do we go with the breaking in through the window plan?
Well, you have quite a few little helpful hints here.
Let's ask around. The estate seems to be particularly
in both
busy
his
to my eye.
handout and the estate handout, there are things you can do.
All right. So, we already sent him a message. I guess we can ask around about Alish.
Sure. Iris can take 10 minutes.
And Mr. Lasco, if you would accompany me on a stroll around the perimeter to case the joint.
Yeah, I can probably do that myself with stealth.
Okay.
I could also do it with stealth and my massive perception score.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, so encasing the joint, you find there's only one way in or out of the complex. And it's guarded by a pair of guards, 2 laser turrets, and several cameras. The family strictly controls who's allowed to enter the estate. Deliveries are simply left at the front gate and fetched by a servant from inside. Alish Florisek rarely leaves the complex and is accompanied by 4 enforcers when he does. Other members of the Florisek family come and go more regularly. Probably wouldn't have even made it to the door had I remembered everything's left at the gate.
I mean, the butler could have come to the gate, yeah.
Nah, I should have just been a bugger. Oh well.
And then what does Iris get? Yeah, what does Iris get when he asks around?
Iris, what are you asking around about? The estate or Alish?
Why not both with such a quick check? Let's start with the estate.
Okay.
That's a 20. That's another 20. There's a 31 in
All right, a half hour later, you hear about a party at the estate this evening. It's invite only, and many of Absalom Station's richest and most influential people are going. Yeah.
Gonna relay that info along and keep looking this time for info on Eilish himself. Oh, that's an 18. That's a natural 1 on the die. That's a 3. Ah, there we go. 32.
Oh. The ask around on Alish was supposed to be how you found the estate.
Oh.
My bad. I
Nope,
gave you
that's fine.
information too early.
Well, the good news is we definitely would have gotten it anyway.
You would have.
So this can be a retcon. It took me 30 minutes to get that info so we could find the estate.
Sure.
Yes. And then you asked around about the estate and you heard about the party.
Yes.
We could forge invites, I suppose.
Ogden cracks his fingers.
I'd weakly expect him to, since he knows what we look like from his thug's descriptions, I'd weakly expect him to ask his guards to be on the lookout for us, but I suppose with good enough disguises, that may not be an issue.
I will be able to help you all with disguises. I've taken up studying the art of disguise.
Formal clothing is probably more important than disguises.
That we
With
can
the
also
party.
get. Formal clothing is like 50 credits.
There's actually there's actually one that's specifically party clothing. It's 5 credits. And it's
But no,
specifically
formal,
for
not party.
Yeah.
Formal wear is in the
not
CRB.
party.
I don't think this is a thing we need to argue about.
Well, because
Tell us how
like
much money we
party
need to
clothes
spend.
are nice clothes you wear to any party. Formal
Yeah,
clothes, we're
yeah.
talking suit and tie, ball gowns, not
Yes.
party clothes.
Now, can we wear our armor underneath it?
You probably, me probably not.
No.
No, unless it's second skin.
Yeah.
Clothing, formal, 5 credits.
Not bad.
Yeah. So we can definitely go out and get some formal wear. Oh, this is perfect. Ogden,
Give me
who is, yes,
Peter's check. 424 your invitations, please.
I will to forge the invitations.
Let's
Lasco. Okay, yeah, cool. Thanks. Holy fleam. You should have
39 to
made
assist.
the
That's
roll.
probably
Because
overkill.
I got a 23. So that's a 25 to forge our invitations.
No.
Yeah, not great. Can't seem to roll well on these computers checks today.
Yeah.
Or on any of my checks, really.
That's no good.
Well, that's problematic.
Yeah, but I mean, technically this is a secret roll anyway. Ogden thinks these invitations are great.
They do look great.
Yeah.
And
So-
we're... I'm not sure how comfortable I am going into that tiger den without armor.
Perhaps you can stealth in.
I'm not comfortable with the rest of you not having armor either, to be honest.
well,
Oh, don't worry about Iris. Iris's armor is disguised with a disguise check.
It is a party, not an ambush.
yeah.
You
So
only need to talk with him.
yeah, it should be fine.
I don't trust him.
No, nor should we. But at the same, on the same token, this is a party. He won't want us to be there, especially if we get past his security, the copious amounts of security to get into the estate. There will be armed guards there for sure, but if we do our job right, we won't have to fight our way out.
All right. If the rest of you are committed to this plan, I can go along with it.
It's a party, Lasco.
I have no problem with the party. I have a problem with entering on false pretenses.
It doesn't seem that we're going to get through to him in another way.
No, it doesn't. All right, let's move. We buy fancy clothes.
Yeah,
Shopping montage.
Shopping!
All right, so you guys buy fancy party clothes and you head to the party. You notice as you're sort of standing in the line at the gate to present your invitation that there is a weapons check.
Oh, Ogden hid his injector pistol on his person.
And please.
Using sleight of hand, yes.
Iris will just go ahead and check their knife and their pistol that they don't ever use anyways.
Let's go check all of it. Let's go just check. Left all of his pistols behind.
Adelaide, are you carrying any weapons?
I never do.
Okay, then you
That's not
have
true.
nothing to surrender. I used Ogden's +1 from Clue to make your invitations pass.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
And you guys make it through. The guards don't notice Ogden's pistol tucked in the belt of his pants.
Or notice our faces on the pieces of paper. Don't let these four schmucks in.
There are no pieces of paper that they don't let these four schmucks in. None of that. They check your invitation, and it looks legit. And then they ask you to check your weapons, and they promise they will return them to you after the party, and then they let you in. Inside, you can wander freely through the front garden, which is lit with hundreds of strands of lights, and there's people everywhere in, beautiful ball gowns, and everyone's having a good time. You can also wander the dining room, the library, the den, and the bathroom. The kitchen and the upstairs are like ropes that say, stay out, guests not allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Wait staff from the caterer circulate among the guests with trays of canapes, other finger food, and glasses of sparkling wine. Alish is easy enough to find, mingling with his guests, talking and laughing loudly, and occasionally clapping someone on the back hard enough to spill their drink.
Charming, Adelaide says over the rim of her champagne flute.
All right, so what is our plan here? We wait until he goes to the bathroom? Or
I could try to sneak into his office.
I like that idea. Gather some intelligence first, then report back. Then we confront him.
Sounds good.
Great. Ogden, are you with me?
Of course. Is this a new day, by the way? This is probably a new day since... Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you. That's great for a couple abilities.
I guess we sneak out into the roped off areas while the guards are distracted by Adelaide, probably.
I guess, yeah, that's what I
She
do.
is our professional distraction.
Yep.
What are you gonna do to make a distraction?
Something.
Are these canapes glucose free?
Gluten free?
I don't know if that's enough to distract an entire party.
Mm-hmm.
Iris can help with the distraction by just schmoozing.
Yeah.
Schmoozing is expected. That's not distracting at a party.
What I'd like to have happen
You want
is...
all eyes on you, so these two can sneak away.
Oh, I don't... Actually, what I was going to have happen was Adelaide uses her chaos powers to make the fountain, of course there's a decorative fountain, begin
spewing queso.
to splash and just start going amok. Her initial thought was to make it turn to blood and then splatter out, but that seems rude.
Very disruptive, though.
Very
It's
distracting.
really disruptive.
Perhaps
Yeah,
too
sure, she lets that
distracting.
happen.
No,
She lets it happen.
I think it's the right amount of distracting.
Yeah, okay. Fountain turns to blood and begins like splashing all over the guests everywhere.
Iris screams,
People are-
"It's a sign!"
People are screaming and running about. Give me your stealth checks, nerds.
That is a 37 from Ogden because he's not wearing his armor that gives him a -1 penalty.
Ooh, 29
All right.
because I'm not wearing my armor.
You guys manage to duck under the rope and head upstairs. Which means you can get to the top of the stairs, and you see another enforcer coming down the hall.
Oh no!
Oh,
We duck behind a
seriously?
plotted plant.
Give me
Yeah.
a stealth check.
Aha.
If you make us roll enough of these, we're going to
39.
get a 1.
You
39.
in fact duck behind a plant, and the enforcer goes right by you. As her back is turned, you slip into the office, a study appointed with dark wood paneling, and several shelves holding paper books and a sturdy mahogany
Whoa.
desk.
Weird.
There are no obvious signs of any electronic devices. Perception check.
Ooh.
I see that he's also
Search
a
it.
man of culture.
Where's it? This bookshelf looks suspicious.
20.
Ogden.
33.
Ogden finds a false row of books that folds down to reveal a computer.
Ooh.
Oh. It was a facade.
It was a facade.
All right,
You may
I
try to
hack
hack
it.
it.
Put on my 80s sunglasses.
Yeah,
No.
I'll assist you. You're probably better at this anyway, and you have that computer idol.
Yeah.
This is a
Dun,
good
dun,
And the
dead
glass
giveaway.
dun,
Nobody
dun,
has this many
dun.
copies of the history of fish.
37 with assistance.
Yes, you managed to get in, and you find the quasi-legal dealings of the Floresic family, none of which could easily bring them down. A thorough investigation would be needed to even acquire a warrant to examine related business accounts. But you can grab these files. You can copy them down to your comm unit. There is a data model labeled Spectrum.
Ooh, I read it.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, like the Spectrum Clinic, which holds
Oh.
copies
That's the one.
of the
Yeah,
secret
okay.
medical records of their patients. Same ones as are on the doctor's computer. You also find Aram's medical files. In addition to Dr. Gersik's notes that say Aram appears not to be human, but rather some kind of cold-blooded shapeshifter, the file contains
Oh, no.
a photograph of what appears to be a human heart in a box, packed with straw, accompanied by a note that reads, "Leave it be," in simple block letters. Alish received the image in a message from one of his enforcers that read, "Aram is legit crazy, boss. How are we getting back at this bastard?" Alish responded, "We're leaving it be, for now."
Yikes.
Give me a life science check.
Ooh.
I will give you a life science check. Ah, that's a nat 1 for a 20.
Oh,
Huh,
It's like he
-5
knows-
if
he
it's
knows a lot of
biotech
different heart-
augmentation.
does not.
Okay. Well, that looks like a human heart. That's about all I've got, though. I feel like there's something else I should know, but I can't.
It would be.
That's
This means the Floresic isn't working directly with the reptoids. He was just threatened by them.
Yes, which
Uh,
means that he's not a great person of interest, really.
Moreover,
Excuse
he
me?
could prove a useful ally, perhaps.
Y'all aren't
If they're
right
looking
now.
to get back at him, right? Am I right? No?
I mean, we have mind link circlets and comm units.
I suppose so.
Oh, that's a good point.
Well, do we have what we came here for, or should we confront Floresic about this?
it's probably
I
a
know.
bad time to do it. This is a busy party, and he's talking to very important people.
I don't think it's a good idea. We already have gained much from these files.
We
We
can
know that he's not working with them.
Yeah. We can send him a message with what we found up front. Maybe try to blackmail him with it. Although I guess we didn't find anything that sensitive, right?
And none of it can be proved
Yeah.
legally.
Ask who. Hmm.
Yeah, we just
okay.
want
You
to
do
know
have
like
copies
where.
of his files now.
Yeah.
You could try to make a covert threat and get him to agree to a meeting with you another time.
Yeah, I have one idea. Although, actually, I can't threaten. I don't have intimidate.
Do we?
I mean,
do we
you can
even
tell me
need-
your idea and I'll roll.
Do we even need to be threatening this guy though? Like, can we not like come to him with enemy of your enemy type proposal? Doesn't seem
We
like
already tried diplomacy and he seems not very.
It didn't
amenable to
work.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This is not Lasco's type of business, man. This guy
the
is
only
all
thing
about
these
luck.
street toughs know is violence and threats.
I've
Only
dealt
this
with
guy
men.
knows anyway.
I've dealt with men like Flurisic before. They are not my favored business partners. You.
I would have
you have
perhaps Iris.
implanted memories of working with businessmen like Florasic before.
Lasco grits his teeth. Yes, Iris, as you do.
Actually, I would ask. What I would do as a way of opening a conversation with him is ask, kind of sidle up to him and ask whose heart was in the box. Because that's like something that only a few people would know about. It would get his attention. And
What's in the box?
Oh, God.
I don't think we need to distract him from his party. We can.
We can
We don't need-
schedule something at the party, though.
Sure.
This is like our only chance to talk to him in person.
We could just as easily send him a text and get the same response, I think. Even if we don't get to see him reacting to it, we could send him a text with what is in the box, or what was in the box, whose heart was in the box, yes. And that way...
Well, specifically what we want to know is who sent, like, who... Well, yeah. Who cut out the heart? Yeah,
This is our in, though. This tells him that we know things that we shouldn't know, and that will either... One of two things will happen. He'll send more goons after us, or he'll agree to schedule a meeting. And if we do it in an intimidating enough way, we'll get the second option.
Sure. All right, but I assume that we're doing this outside of the context of the party?
Yeah, Ogden definitely doesn't want to do it at the party.
Okay, so we leave the party, had a very good time. And then, like, near the closing hours of it, when we figure he's probably going to sleep, we'll send him a text message with, like, with the picture of the heart attached, and say, "Who? This is an interesting play. We're wondering who made it."
Give me a intimidate check.
I'll stab him with a biohack to give him a +2 bonus to this check.
26.
All right. He'll get back to you in the morning. Agreeing to meet at a fancy restaurant he owns in Parkside as a neutral ground.
He owns
About
as
it
Doesn't
neutral
sound
ground.
terribly neutral. But you
That's
know
all
what?
I think we're
He's
gonna
meeting
get.
with us.
I'll take it.
Yep.
Yeah, we make the appointment. Well, yeah, case the joint ahead of time, as a rule, of course. But
It appears to be. It's a very nice restaurant. There doesn't appear to be anything sketchy about it. When you go in, the maitre d' takes you to a table reserved for you. Alice isn't here yet.
Ogden's looking around,
yeah, we search the room for bugs or turrets.
There are no bugs or turrets.
Okay.
It is a restaurant. It is exactly as it appears to be. Alish arrives several minutes later with 4 more of those enforcers. Says you have 10 minutes. Sits down.
We're not interested in chasing you. We're interested in knowing who you are investigating that sent you back your man's heart in a box.
How do you know about
We can
that?
make things.
That's not important.
We can make things. Know that we can make things very unpleasant for you if you do not cooperate with us. We are not excited about doing that, but we are happy to do it if need be.
Sorry, don't know anything about it.
So it wouldn't happen to be a certain director.
He flinches a bit.
Director Aram is not who he says he is.
In fact, doesn't
No fleeing, Sherlock.
this face, gestures to Lasco, doesn't this bear a striking resemblance to Director Aram, for that matter? Aren't you curious about why that is?
We need to know exactly which of the directors are reptoids or are working with the reptoids.
I'm not getting on their bad side, and you shouldn't either.
Oh, we're already there.
It's far too late for that, yes.
We've already
Way
destroyed.
past that.
We've already destroyed 3 of their bases elsewhere out in the vast. We'd just like to do one more.
One last
Give me
job
a
for old
diplomacy
time's
check.
sake.
Diplomacy. I was trying to be intimidating.
Don't question the man.
But yeah, but I don't have diplomacy. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Adelaide.
Yeah, but Adelaide's not saying anything. You're saying it. She can't make your check for you.
That was to aid.
Yeah. Lasco's been aided twice, so you got a +4. Get
You guys aren't saying anything that assures him that you can. He's obviously scared of Aram. And Lasco is the only one who
Okay,
has said
let me-
anything that suggests that he can do something about it. You guys haven't said anything. You cannot make diplomacy checks.
I figured I would give Simon the chance to
Intimidate,
do it.
I let you do it because you can stand there and look intimidating. You can't stand there and look diplomatic.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's fair. So can Ogden then signal to Adelaide because he
Adelaide?
sees because like Lasco can try to be as diplomatic as he wants, but he's not. So like
Yeah, I mean, and
Ogden sees
Adelaide
this,
is
like signals Adelaide telepathically. Miss Forthwith, you should jump
yeah.
in.
There you go. Ogden can
Great.
read people.
I was just waiting my turn. Now, yes, I'm afraid that, you think that, you don't want to be on the reptoids' bad side. It's not actually as bad as you might think. After all, we're still here and we've destroyed 3 of their bases. We can help you, especially given our vested interest in rooting them out. What's the word? Of digging them out root and stem. I imagine that would disrupt the local business. What's the word? The local power politics, and be quite good for your business, all said and done. Think of the opportunities. You'd be the only one to know that this was coming.
And there will always be more corrupt politicians for people such as yourself to take advantage of. Getting rid of this one would really help you in more ways than one. You would remove the sword hanging over your neck. And you would have the benefit, as Miss Forthwith is saying, of preparing for their inevitable fall before it even happens. You'll have insider knowledge.
All right, if you're really going to take him down, I'll give you Dr. Gersix's full report. Seems like he's some kind of cold-blooded shapeshifter.
I sure hope you have more than that.
Sorry, that's all I have on him.
But you'll send us the file from Dr. Gersick.
Or did we already have that?
You did.
But now we have it legit.
You do have it legit.
Yeah,
it actually
which
counts
is-
as an extra piece of, it gets you an extra trust point for getting it from Alish.
Yeah. Yeah, that's big because, that holds up in court. Like, this was given to us, not we stole this from somebody's computer. Evidence like that is inadmissible.
Yeah.
Nice.
What did the note "I'll take care of this one" mean? Because he had that note. I'll take care of this one. AF.
Yeah.
On the note, on Dr.
the clinic's
Kiersick's
notes.
note. Yeah, about. I lost track of who the note was about.
It was about Aram.
There was another director that he had a note on as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not in this thing. I think it was Milligan. That's all the way back in.
Milgan had the
Spectrum Clinic, right? Yeah, here it is.
Yes. Oh, yeah. There was one in
Vora
Vora's
Rin is a
file.
reptoid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any impression who is working with? Well, yeah. Which other directors are you aware are reptoids? We know the prelate is, although he isn't a director. We know Aram is. We know Vora is from that report from the clinic.
That's all I know. Listen, I just thought I could get another politician in my pocket. Aram didn't take kindly to being blackmailed and said my messenger's heart back in a box. So I told Gergix to leave it alone. That's it, okay?
I see.
Of course. That makes sense.
Then I think we're done here. Thank you for your time.
That's your 10 minutes.
No, we stood up first.
Walk away.
Power move.
Yep. Stand up.
We all leave. All of our entrees arrive. None of us eat. We're all already gone.
I don't know why you would order entrees when you only had 10 minutes.
yeah.
We didn't know we had 10 minutes when we ordered.
He didn't order an entree. You guys could leave your entrees if you wanted, I suppose.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So that was useful. We have Aram. We have proof on Aram, but we don't really have anything that we didn't suspect, right? Our suspected
Aram and
list.
and Vora Ren.
And Vora.
I should have promptly closed it. He was also planning to blackmail Vora if she got a seat on the directorate.
Okay.
Right.
Because she is also a reptoid. That was confirmed by Dr. Gersick, and now we have all of Dr. Gersick's reports legit from Mr. Florisic.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good. This is good. We have so much evidence now.
So much evidence. Did you guys want to check out KSN Interstellar before we wrap for the day?
Yes.
That's a good idea.
You were planning to do that when we started this week, and you still haven't done it.
Sure were. It's almost like it's such a tangled web that it's hard for us to keep track of where to go.
That's what we should have called this one. We should have called this one the Tangled Web.
Yeah.
I called it Playing Politics, which you are.
Which we also did.
Yeah, no, very suitable.
So here, let me just show to players this KSN Interstellar again, so you don't have to go looking for it.
Thanks.
Last week, Iris found some good stuff on KSN Interstellar. You all looked at the website. Very basic, looks like it was built in space 1995. Explaining the website as an exclusive firm that invests in the Pact worlds and beyond. Listing its street address as a unit in large office block in Drifter's End. The site's code hasn't been updated in over a decade. But there's a digital calling card from Terminal. The business's servers, if there are any, aren't connected to the infosphere. Iris noticed a trio of security cameras watching the exterior.
What did what does the digital calling card from Terminal imply? How is that? How does that
That
connect
she
them?
breached their systems.
Terminal is here.
They breached their systems.
That'd be easy.
Yeah, it's
I
just
guess we can ask Terminal whether they can like disable the security cameras when we invade, since they've already
been
gotten
there
into the system. Yeah.
Okay.
Except disabling security cameras is engineering, not computers.
Okay.
Oh, fair enough. Whatever.
Then Laska will just have to sneak in and then use engineering on him. For what it's worth.
Yeah.
It isn't a disaster if they spot us.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an engineering check.
You have a +2.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
29.
That will do it, which provides a safe window for you to enter. Except the doors are locked.
Well,
engineering check.
Smash it or engineer it.
You still have that +2.
24.
That's not enough.
You still have that
again.
+2.
36.
Hey.
Oh, there you go. Which will get you in to the building. Sorry, I was just reading a thing. I was like, what is this note to my soul about? I can't remember. Inside is a little more than a large conference room with a long table, over a dozen chairs. A screen integrated in the table's surface rotates between scenes of the different packed worlds from orbit. Paintings on one wall depict similar views of Absalom Station and Akaton. A well-stocked liquor cabinet stands near the open door of the attached bathroom. The table has a basic computer that's used to display information during meetings. It's not supposed to store anything, but you could try a computers or an engineering to bring up the last display in its memory, if you should so desire.
Yeah. I assist. 29.
I already used Ogden's +1.
Hey, Simon, can I have your +1?
Sure.
Hey, thanks.
We'll use Lasco's +1 to get it just high enough.
And thank you, Clue.
Yes. Good job, Clue. The real MVP today. The last display in memory shows pictures of several nominees. Gavilar Schnorr, Klendalik, Lucifarin, Thylus Starhammer, and Zia Cho. A red line labeled Corpse Fleet connects the images of Gavilarsk and Thylus, while Zia's has the words Dory's murder written next to it. A few notes about her augmentations accompany Klendalik's image, while Lucifarin's picture is simply circled.
Strange. Notably, these are all the people that we are not suspicious of.
Sorry, is there a handout for this?
I gave you the handout. I haven't copied anything up to the top.
That's fine. What were you going to say, Nick?
Here it is.
I was reading it instead of...
Okay.
Copy pasting. You can also give me a perception check on the office itself.
You know I love perception checks.
I'll let Ogden take care of it.
That's a 43.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Wisdom-based biohackers?
You discover a small niche behind the Akatonian landscape. Inside is a glowing crystal sphere the size of a grapefruit. This is a telepathic data storage device. The niche also contains a pair of Mark II holding gloves and 2 Mark II serums of healing. I guess. Did you guys find? No. Are you supposed to figure that out? Oh, okay. Well, yes, that is what you find. Telepathic data storage device. a pair of Mark II holding gloves, and 2 Mark III serums of healing.
I guess we access the holding device.
You can't all do it. Only one person can.
Kind of.
Ogden will activate it. If he can.
I need a will save, please.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't
Ogden
me.
was the right one to do this. It's a 23.
On a 23.
Oh, and I'll use a reaction if this is mind affecting to get a +2 with my cerebral countermeasures.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
The sphere's records contain a ledger of KSN Interstellar's incoming and outgoing funds. You can make a computer check to examine these funds.
Okay. Can I be assisted on this, or?
No, it's in your brain.
That makes sense. I just wanted to check before.
Sadly, they can't help
37.
you. But that's plenty. You do a bit of forensic accounting and figure out most of the company's capital comes from Hasil Howe through other shell companies and anonymous political donations. Most of the payments seem to have been paid onto untraceable cred sticks, with the largest earmarked for the current bounty on you. It includes a note emphasizing that Aram's imposter must be brought in alive to discover what they know about Aram. While these records could be potentially damning for Hasil, they don't contain anything that directly links him to the reptoids.
Interesting. Okay, good.
Another fold.
No,
Right.
no, this is proving that Hasil has been a red herring all along. That's why this is good. Because it means that we don't have to worry about Hasil for reptoid reasons. He's obviously, a jerk.
Just paranoid.
But yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Military man.
Ogden.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
right.
He's a paranoid
say,
old
Nick?
military man.
Yeah. Yes, Jet, this is a wrinkle, not a fold. So, yeah, Ogden will come out of, I envision the telepathic grapefruit being like the Palantir from Lord of the Rings. So he'll, he's holding it, he's just comes out of it, relays all this information to everybody. So this then eliminates Hasil as a possible reptoid. So.
A surprise.
Very. Although
welcome.
a gratifying one.
And this does mean that we should still talk to him, since even without the bounty, we, in a way, we should really let ourselves get captured so that we can have this conversation with him. But, ideally one in which we're not tied up.
I don't think that we would actually get a conversation with Hasil. I think he would just have us murdered.
Oh, no, Hasil said he wanted to
try.
find out what we know, right?
No, I thought it was... was it about... he was calling you Aram's imposter, not...
Yes.
Not Aram himself as the imposter.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Misunderstanding on my part. Ogden is smart. Thomas not smart.
Nah, you good.
So...
As you leave this place, content and feeling like you've sort of got a handle on things, you get a message from Borson. You ought not to travel so openly, especially when you're meeting with Verifier Key and the rest of the Barathu delegation. What are you thinking?
What do you mean?
I got a report that you're already in attendance. There's a docking bay in Fogtown. More agents of Confluence are scheduled to arrive. Are you not there?
Great.
Give us
Oh, great.
give us
Is that
directions. We're not
Reptoid?
there.
Sick Borson gives you directions to a docking bay in Fogtown, where you see yourselves wearing strangely formal armor, standing on the opposite side of the bridge and waiting motionlessly.
Bad times.
And that is where we will leave off for the week.
I hate body double quandaries.
Oh man, Who wants to take me?
Yes.
Oh, I hope they don't have.
Codes!
I hope they don't copy our character sheets. That's going to be rough.
Oh, that's gonna suck. Holy fleam.
No, it's not a copy of your character.
Ogden does some really mean stuff to NPCs, guys.
We all do mean things.
Yeah,
that's
we
kind of
do.
our jam.
Yeah, you guys are kind of horrible, but no, I'm not going to clone you guys because that would be like a whole session of you fighting yourselves.
And we would have about a 50% chance of winning it.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. But next time we'll come back in with that clone fight, and then these guys will get to take the fight to the reptoids.
Yeah.
Part 2 of book 6. Threefold
Beat 'em up.
Conspiracy.
So,
oh my gosh, guys. 2 episodes left.
Oh, man.
Pronkin' Wild.
2.
Well,
Crazy.
2
Yeah,
like
2.
whole episodes and then the finale. So 3.
Okay.
Really.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, see, 3 is like
We're
50% more than 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to do another one of
about-
these finale episodes where we talk about how the whole show went and we do an AMA. If y'all have questions for us during that, we'll put up a forum for questions you guys want to ask us during the finale here soon. Probably next week. We'll have it up.
And don't feel limited to the amount of questions you can submit. We may not ask all of them, but we will ask as many as we can, answer as many as we can of what you ask.
As always, new Cosmic Crit tonight, new Star-Lords on Thursday. Star-Lords will not be back on Thursday because Thursday's New Year's Eve. Star-Lords will be back next Thursday.
It's an unfortunate enforced holiday break because we keep falling on Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. But
yeah, if you fall on Christmas Eve or if you fall on Christmas Eve or Christmas, you automatically end up having the New Year's thing too. So we'll be back next week with Star-Lords. Our lovely character art is all done by Seth, Mistaken Potatoes. All the other art comes straight out of Paizo's products. You can buy those all on Paizo's store. Great stuff over there. Of course, Threefold Conspiracy, wonderfully provided by Paizo. Our music is by Sirenscape and Tom. Both. Yay. Our original music, Tom did all that. And then all of our in-game music is provided by Sirenscape. Of course, thank you to my lovely players for coming out early in the morning and playing this crazy mystery game and playing along when things get really hecking confusing. Hopefully you, our audience, are not confused because you are the other part of what makes this a show. We can't do it without you. If you are confused, come to Discord. We have a spoiler zone. You can ask us any questions you want. And anybody who's upset about spoilers should not be in the spoiler zone. So we'll help talk you through or I'll make them do it because I don't want to give anything away. What they understand to be true about this grand intrigue conspiracy that is coming to a close. And with that, say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye everybody.
Take care of yourselves out there, folks.